up, everybody? All right, so we're back with another live, and today we're gonna do open panel. So that means anybody that wants to join and wants to chat, go for it. Today's gonna be the day. So this is your moment. One thing I do say, and I want to emphasize and be very strict about is, please stay on topic. Whoever joins, be respectful for the next person's time, because other people tend to wait in line. Sometimes they don't get their moment and stuff like that. So just be mindful of the time. Try to keep it, short, get to the point, and again, I'll be moving to whoever's next in the queue and stuff like that. So again, and please be respectful. Do not talk about politics. Do not talk about stuff that has nothing to do with the topics. Let's just focus on the entertainment side. I don't want to hear today anything that has to do with nonsense. Seriously, let's just talk about what we enjoy, what we like, and even if we dislike, that's cool. But please, please, please do not talk or bring anything that has to do off topic. If you want to, save that for another moment, but that's not for today's video. Today we're going to be talking about, like I said, entertainment and what we all like and what we enjoy and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it a few more, until more people come in and stuff, and then what I'll put the link and stuff, so that way we can have a good hangout today. I decided to do this live stream early today, so it's I guess in the middle of the day, so it gives chance to more people to join and stuff like that. So just messing around with the time zones and stuff like that. Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend and stuff like that. So let's see. Metal Rain Austin, what's up? Yeah, Zack Snyder said it himself. That's awesome. Also, they better not touch Zachary Levi Shazam. I mean, bro, we literally saw Henry Cavill Superman show up in the post-credit scene of the first movie. Yeah, if something does go down with Zachary Levi, James Gunn is the one to be held accountable. Honestly, I think at this point that's all he's just doing, screwing things up, and that's what it is. Honestly, Leroy, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining. Appreciate that. Always, thank you, my friend. Really appreciate that. Rudolph, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining. Appreciate that. We're about to get started. So again, I'll start posting the link so whoever wants to join, could join the queue. And like I said, let's stay on topic on whatever we want to talk about, but let's keep it respectful, and like let's just be mindful of everyone's time, because within the time that I have, I just want to give everybody a moment to be able to talk and stuff like that. Restore the Snyderverse, you know it, my friend. Yes, sir, you know it. Yes, definitely. Gotham Knight, what up? What up? I enjoyed the Zach and Frank Miller panel on YouTube. Yeah, I saw it. That was awesome. It's good to see that, and that's it's amazing to see that. Yeah, we got confirmation from Zach. So yeah, yeah, that's really good. All right, so I just posted the link. Whoever wants to join, feel free, go for it. And again, we could talk and just interact and stuff like that. The fact that they put Blue Beetle in the DCU, now I no longer have interest in watching the movie. I was going to watch it until you found out it was going to be a Man of Tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna watch Man of Tomorrow anyways, but again, this is just James Gunn being desperate and trying to cram in more people from away from the DCEU, because Blue Beetle's a DCEU character. I mean, he got introduced with the DCEU at the end of it and stuff like that, and then he just wants to pull it and throw it into his DCU. But that's just James Gunn, That's what he does. James Gunn DC fails, yeah, big time. It's not working, and nobody is interested in that mess, honestly. But that's what it is. It just comes down to it. Nobody's buying this DCU with James Gunn, and nobody's interested in it. If they were, then we wouldn't be having this live stream, honestly. But we're just calling it how it is, and fans all over the world are fed up with the stupidity of James Gunn. So this is where we are. I'm not surprised, honestly. I am not surprised one bit. With the ways that things are turning. Shamar, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining. Appreciate that. Thank you always. Austin, what up? What up? Thanks for tuning in. Always, my friend. You already know it. All right, so yeah, I'm just waiting for more people to join. Whoever wants to join the live stream, go for it. Feel free, like I said, the link is right there. So if y'all want to say something, feel free. Either ways, we're still gonna be just talking and just hanging out. You're seriously tired of people hating on Avengers Doomsday. People are using the editing issue as an excuse. They just don't understand that Zack Snyder and the Russos are the only ones in the same in a way. Yeah, I mean, honestly, look, I've been seeing some videos, like some people are really going hard with the Avengers, and it's like they're just, I'm gonna be honest with you, they're starting to sound like shills, like they're being paid to just hate. Honestly, the same way people could get paid to like, do fake reviews and stuff, people also get paid to like, yo, like let's make it look like it's worse than what it is. Avengers Doomsday is gonna crush the box office. Spider-Man Brand New Day is gonna crush the box office. That's just the reality. Spider-Man No Way Home made over $1 billion. All the Avengers movies make $1 billion. So I mean, this new one's gonna also make $1 billion plus. I mean, it's a solid IP that's already known and it's established. So sometimes I don't get why people are just hating so much on Marvel with the Avengers. I mean, that's the Avengers we're talking about. That's not the MCU. It's like this is Marvel getting back on track and stuff like that. So, and of course the Russos, they're gonna cook. So I know that movie's gonna be well. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be enjoyable for what it is and stuff. Wars the Marvel. What's up? What's up, my friend? Thanks for tuning in. Always, it's a lot of people believe Doomsday will flop. Yeah, I don't know why. I really don't know why they're so like eager for it to be like I want it to flop. No, that movie's gonna do very well at the box office. No, it will be a real winner in the box office. Yeah, big time, big time. It's gonna make a lot of money at the box office. You got the Avengers, you got Spider Man, you got X-Men, you got uh, I guess New Avengers, Justice Avengers. I don't even know what they're calling anymore. Young Avengers. I don't know. It's just gonna be wild. That's all. And what they're building up, like yeah, they're gonna make money. They're gonna make money. I can't wait. That movie's gonna be solid, and I can't wait to see what it's gonna be like. Especially the trailer. I can't wait to see the official trailer. It's supposed to be dropping sometime this week. So, but I think it's gonna be dropping during Hall H next weekend during New York. I mean, not New York. Doing San Diego Comic Con. The Avengers is making money regardless of hate online. $1 billion franchise. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how successful and confident Disney is that they're re-releasing Endgame. That to me is wonderful marketing strategy. That's how you do it. You have to do that because Spider-Man is letting you know, hey, we're preparing for Avengers Doomsday. Okay. And at the end, supposedly it's going to be connecting with Doomsday, setting things up. And Marvel just said, you know what? Screw it, let's just add some more scenes to Avengers Endgame so that could tie in fully, and then we're gonna make some extra money at the box office because people are gonna go watch it. I know I am. I'll rewatch it at the movie theaters. I don't care. It's a good movie. I don't care. That's all that matters. And they're gonna make more money at the box office, and then of course at the end of the year, boom, cherry on top, which is gonna be Doomsday. So yeah, they're gonna be banking. So that's all that matters. Chris, what up? What up? Thanks for joining. Appreciate that. Let's see. Slipknot, what's up? What's up? Did you see Obsession? No, I did not see Obsession. I've seen clips of it and stuff like that, but it's just not my type of movie. I'm not really into horrors and stuff like that, especially when they're like that, like psychos and like for what I was reading, it's a little bit not my thing. But I've been hearing really good things in the sense of that it's making money at the box office, which that's really good for them and stuff like that. But again, I'm not really like into like horror and type of those type of movies and stuff. Never been my type of thing. I'm very very like selective when it comes to horror and stuff. But I know there's a fan base for it, so that's pretty good. Rudolph, let's see. I wish Paramount would release Batgirl in theaters, and it would outperform Supergirl. I don't think they could release it in theaters unless they release it free because it was a tax write off. That could probably be the only way they could do it, or put it on YouTube. I mean, if it's a tax write off, they can just put it on YouTube like I don't know, like an exclusive for it or something. I don't know if they could put it on HBO Max because you have to pay. Remember, it's a streaming service, so I don't know if they'll be able to do that, honestly. So it is what it is, but we'll see what's up. The View withdrew. Hey everyone, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. Always, my friend. Let's see. Trey Michael seems to believe the stuff about the editing issues and calling it trash. I love Trey, but he kind of took the bait on that. Oh, I mean, everybody's gonna see things their way, and some people are gonna not agree. So it happens. I mean, I just finished watching The Odyssey literally on Friday, and people are calling me a paid show. so, so you get what I'm saying? The internet is the internet. People are gonna believe what they want to believe and run with what they want to run. But Odyssey was a good movie. Some people not liking it, and it is what it is. I'm not here to change nobody's opinion. I'm not here to convince nobody. I'm just telling you what I thought of the movie, and I'm being honest. I was wrong about the movie. I thought it was gonna be trash, and it was actually good. So, you know, I don't want a refund. I'm good, but I still want a refund for 28 years later. That's just how I feel. Question for everyone: who do you think is the worst Spider-Man movie villain? I think Paul as the Rhino. Oh man, come on, man. Look, honestly, I like that one. I like Paul as the Rhino. Um, and what they did with it. I get it. He wasn't a mutant or anything, you know, that he wasn't turned into the Rhino actually. But I like what they were going with that route, honestly. You know what, now that you said that, I didn't like Green Goblin. Well, I think it was what? Harry Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man. I didn't like his version. I like more when, you know, like William Dafoe, of course, with the helmet and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty dope because it shows his technology and, you know, the glider and all that stuff. I think if they would have put the helmet on Harry Osborn, it would have been different. But I mean, but the Rhino, I liked him. I liked. I know a lot of people didn't like him, but I actually enjoyed him, so I have no problem with it. I wanted to see more, especially when they were ready to fight at the end. I was like, hell yeah, the movie's getting good. And now it sounds like, oh damn, that's it, that's the end. I'm like, damn, they should have started the movie like that, you know. 2026 has been the worst summer season ever. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. 2026 has been trash, trash when it comes to movies this year. It's been down. Like that says a lot, you know. I agree with you, Raheem. Really, really agree with you. Um, all right, we just saw that one. Batgirl needs to be on HBO Max. I don't know if it could work like that because remember, it's a paid service, so I mean they'll still have to file taxes, I guess. But I'm sure there's some numbers in there they could squeeze in, and they would be okay with. I guess I don't know. Honestly, was the Rhino better in Spider-Man or in Craven? You know what? I'll be honest with you. In the Amazing Spider-Man, Rhino was 5 times better than what we saw in Craven. Craven, now that you brought that up, I forgot how bad that was. That Rhino was straight trash. Like, damn, they gave him that little horn, and I was like, oh hell no, this is bad. Like, I was cringing when I saw that. I was like, no, man. They literally made him look like the memes with Ace Ventura when he comes out of the rhino's butt and stuff like that. I was like, no, man. That's what I'm saying. Not everything works in live action. That's why I like that they took the rhino and they actually made him into like a big old like mech looking type of you know beast, if you want to say. So I enjoyed that. I actually did. I had no problem with it. Raheem, what's up, man? Talk to us.
Yo, what up, C Des? What's going on?
Good, good, and you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I love your show. You know, I'm always on here, man. Just want to give you a shout out and say continue what you're doing. And,
Appreciate
you
that.
know, I hope the Snyderverse come back. So I want to just throw this out here, man. I believe, and it's going to happen. Marvel will, I mean, not Marvel, excuse me, Paramount, the Skydance sell with WB is going to go through because, again, as if it was just informed by March, Warner Brothers was about, by that time, was $1 billion in debt. So that probably ballooned as of now, going into August, it could be almost close to $2 billion in debt. And the shields out here in the 12 states that are suing against Skydance, they don't understand or can't comprehend business is that Warner Brothers is a failed company because of people like them who is in position they shouldn't be in, made movies where you can say woke movies and woke films, woke television, where it got them in debt. And see, these people don't understand, don't get is that you cannot continue to do business when you're in debt. And the only business that can save Warner Brothers from their financial situation is Skydance, which also saved Paramount. So it they're looking at, listen, I get people have issues with politics and all this stuff, but this stuff is ridiculous. I'm gonna keep it real honest with you because it's tribal now. Because my thing is this guy is not running in 2028. He's not doing anything. Okay, you can't stop him because this is his last term. This is it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So for them to be like, oh, the Ellis's, Trump fans, that's not the reason why. The reason why they buying these two studios because of their financial dire. That's number one. Number two, they want to bring back the movie so movie goes like you, I, and the audience that's on the stream wants to see. No one, like you said, no one wants to go to a movie hear about lectures. No one listen. Were there movies about gay characters? Yes, there were. Were there movies about women? Yes, there were back in the days, but they were to entertain, not to tell you, oh, be intolerant with people who likes the same sex. Oh, be intolerant with women. We listen. We That's not what we go to the movies for. We go
Hmm.
to escape. That's what it's about. Now, are there themes in the movies? Yes, there are themes. There are themes about slavery. There's themes about this. There's things, but at the end of the day, we have smorgasbord. So we're like, okay, this one's too heavy for me. I don't want to see 12 Years a Slave. So I could go at least I go to see a comedy. I can go see an action film, all this stuff, because maybe certain things is just too heavy for us to see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing wrong with that. But these people out here don't understand that. Okay, number one, these are the same actors who's also protesting and saying, "Oh, we don't want Netflix to buy it because Netflix is going to stream it on there." Okay, so now Skydance is doing it. And they said we're going to keep the movies and films in theaters. Oh, now we don't want to do it because David Ellis is a Trump supporter. Like, what's wrong with you? Are you stupid or you're ignorant? Like, what's going on? That
It's
shouldn't be
both.
the issue. It shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
the issue. The issue should be, look, Warner Brothers is in debt. You can't. They're gonna have to be broken off if this deal don't go through. The IPs have to be broken off and everything, and it shouldn't even be this situation. No one's gonna buy CNN. If it gets broken off, no one's buying CNN. So I hope the shills at CNN understand that you if this seldom goes through and everything, you will be out of a job because no one listen, Netflix didn't want CNN. They wanted the IPs from Warner Brothers. I hope
Mm-hmm.
all the people understands that. They didn't want CNN, they didn't want TNT, they didn't want TBS. They just wanted the IPs. That's all Netflix wanted. So even if Netflix got the Warner Brothers, CNN would have been gone because nobody wants it. They try to sell. Remember, Zazzle tried to sell CNN off, and nobody wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing here? Like I said, what are we doing here? Supergirl was a failure from the start. It was a colossal failure. All of Gunn's storyboards, it's the same old stuff. He doesn't know how to do a superhero focus on one character. It's the same thing in Marvel. That's why he did Guardians of the Galaxy. You couldn't give him a Spider-Man movie because guess what? You gave him a Spider-Man film, it'll be too many characters. If you gave him Captain America, it'll be too many characters. If you gave him Iron Man, it'll been too many characters. This man does not know how to direct standalone one single character. So
Mm-hmm.
he has to be out the door. We can't. The problem is we're going about. Oh, we like James Gunn because he's a liberal. He's with us. No, he's a horrible writer. Stop with the tribal shit. He's
Mm-hmm.
a bad writer. Let's just cut it to the core. You know, they know. Come on, they want people like you and me to go and support their movie, but they don't go. These same shields do not go to they even with Ghostbusters, they kept saying, "Oh, Ghostbusters 2016, I didn't give it a chance." No, the question is, why did y'all not go and give it a chance?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't y'all go out there and make the movie great? Why are you forcing everybody to go out there to make the movie great, even though we don't like it? You forcing on us, but not one of y'all bought a ticket. Went to showing after show after show. Maybe what, two or three, but the majority of people that was pumping for Ghostbusters and a James Gunn movie, they didn't go and see it. They knew Superman was a colossal failure.
Mm-hmm.
This is on HBO Max right now, and I refuse to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what are we doing here? You know,
Yep.
keep doing what you're doing. Now it's good that people are realizing that Batman v Superman wasn't a bad movie. It was a great movie. The reason our theatrical version was not great is because Warner Brother edited shit out of it. When we got the Ultimate Edition, we like, oh, we can understand the story now. It
Mm-hmm.
flows, ebb and flow. So yeah, I say like this. At the end of the day, man, keep up the good work with this. I hope the Snyderverse come back in. I'm telling all the shows out there, listen, have a life. There's more to this world than the computers and who you with and who you with that. Because back in the days, we knew people, we had friends, and sometimes friends were not Democrats. Some of them were Republicans, and we didn't care. We just chill. And we need
Yep.
to get back to that, man. We didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there's two things remember, there's always something. Our parents always told us there's two things you don't discuss about at the dinner table: politics and religion. And we and
Oh.
we and we did that, but somewhere after 2008, we went into that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
other than
this is
that, we
why
got
we are in this mess.
yeah, that's why we're in this mess. And it's sort of so when you hear these shills out here, they're not really talking about the comic books. They're talking about James Gunn because he's liberal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a soy boy. Well, Zack Snyder, we don't know what his affiliation is, but he's too manly, so we think he falls in line with the Trump thing. So this is where we at. It's not about, oh, we hate Zack Snyder because he got DC wrong. No, you did it because you feel like he's this. man, this white man or this man who you think he's not on your agenda, so we're gonna go against him. But James Gunn, who we feel like he's on our agenda, but yeah, he can't write, he can't direct, but we still want to support him. This is what it's all about. That's what, because
Hmm.
they realize the man don't have no talent. They know he don't have talent. They know his brother can't act. They know his wife is trash. So that's what the whole point is. And I'm gonna land my plane with that one.
Mm, that's true. No, I agree with you. You pointed out some solid facts. Let me ask you a question, just off topic, but still staying on subject. Did you see
Sure.
Odyssey yet?
I didn't get a chance to see it. I didn't get a chance to see the Odyssey and everything, but I'm going to check it out. Give Christian Nolan the benefit of the doubt. But when I saw Tenet, I was kind of like, with Nolan. But Nolan is a hit and miss, But I'm
Hmm.
definitely going to see it. Everybody was getting upset about the Lupita and the Younger as Helen of Troy, and I was like, let me see what's about.
Yeah,
Let me
like
let me
the
see.
reason why I bring that up is like, and I want everyone to hear this, what I'm about to say right now. It's
Hmm.
not to bash nobody, it's not to offend or disrespect or insult nobody. No, it's not that. On the contrary, everybody that and the comments are there, I left it open. I put up the post that I put up on Friday night after I saw the movie, and I say it and I will repeat it. I'm a man of my word. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'll tell you straight up, I was wrong. I was wrong about the Odyssey. You all know how I felt. I was like, yo, at first I was like, all right, cool, I want to go see it, this and that. And when we started hearing about, yo, they're casting this one, they're casting the other, I was like, oh no, this is starting to sound a little bit bad. When we start hearing more YouTubers talking bad about it, I'm like, yo, hold on, like, damn, we haven't even seen anything official from it. We've just seen two or three pictures. I think the problem of today is with, especially, and I see why Universal didn't let, YouTubers really go out there and watch it like what they did with Supergirl. And I'm starting to see a pattern now. And I'm like, you know what? The internet will come out and they'll destroy you. They will, because that's just how they are. And it's funny
Sure.
because it's like, damn, I saw the movie. I said, yo, I was wrong. This movie was actually solid. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's the worst. But for my taste and for what I like, I was like, damn, there was nothing that was forced in that movie but the story of a person going on a mission across the journey that he went through, and like I say, I don't know shit about Greek mythology. I'm not an expert. If I really want to see accuracy, I'm gonna tune into the freaking History Channel, and
Well,
even that, I bet that shit's fake too. Like they
well,
make
well,
things up.
well, well, when I well, first of all, the Odyssey what's this book it's a book of poems by Homer. So it's like it's fictional because it's Greek, but it's also fictional.
Hmm.
The argument was, were there black people in Greece? There might have been. I'm not going to say yay or nay. But there's one that came out, the Odyssey, that came out in 1997 with Amanda Sante. Am I saying his name right? He played Odysseus. And the character that Charlize Theron plays in the current one, Vanessa Williams played that character in '97. Even though it was a TV movie, no one batted an eye. But here's the thing: I think um, when they did Vanessa Williams was just the standard. She was beautiful and everything. They had the hair, makeup, and everything done. I think with Napita, I think it's just that one clip that they had of her and the way she, it's like, I don't know if Nolan did that on purpose or anything, where it looked like she just looked plain. She looked like she wasn't. That's why you have these YouTubers say like, "Is this the woman? Is this the face for that 1,000 ships for and everything?" Because you know, it's like, okay, did we did we cast Lupita even though she's a dark skinned actress? But why are we making her look ugly? Why we
Hmm.
didn't make her? Because if I saw that one clip, I guess you know what I'm talking about because you saw the movie. That's where
Hmm.
everybody's falling off of. It's like, okay, now they call her ugly.
Hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? Because it's the way the director had her as Helen and everything, because she's supposed to be a beautiful woman, and then you see scenes, clips, not scenes, not the whole thing of Helen's scar. I guess that's her scarred. And they're
Hmm.
like, well, is this the woman that thousand men died for? And now they question that. Now, if it was, but like I said, '97 was different. It was a different era, and no one batted an eye about Vanessa Williams playing the Charlie Theron character and say,
Right.
"Oh, that's wrong because that woman was white and Vanessa Williams black." No, I guess no one cared back in the late '90s. But
Mm-hmm.
with politics now that played the role, like I said, everything after 2008, now it's you have to hit the thing and the DEI and all that stuff played the role. I mean, honestly, if that was not there, would people accept Lupita as Helena Troy? I think people wouldn't. I think it wouldn't been a much bigger issue as it is now. I think you
Yeah.
have that. I think you have the post 2008 situation, the DEI situation, and it just played a role with it. I think that's what kind of killed her situation as it, because everybody was saying Lupita is not a bad actress. It's just people are wondering, did she get it because she's really good at it, or they doing it because check the marks? Because Nolan wants to get an Oscar for this, and the Oscar's saying in order for you to get an Oscar, you got to do this, this, and third. He just checking the box. See, that's where it comes down to now. Okay, they just stuffing any and everybody in it, but like you said the other day with Patterson and Tom Holland. Yeah, people, you know what it is now? They think about those two. They like, oh, those are the worst actors. They not really focused on Lupita. If you think about it now, when people are
Mm-hmm.
seeing it, they're not talking about Lupita. They talking now more about Holland's Tom Holland's performance and Patterson's now. So Lupita is like, because I guess Lupita showed them like, okay, she did a good job as Helen because no one's
Yeah.
really talking bad about her. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's my point on this.
And it's wild, like how all of this unfortunately has just saturated everything with the entertainment. Like damn, you can't even talk about video games because then people just bring up politics. I'm like, what the hell that has to do with this? It's like, can we just watch and enjoy what we're playing? Or it gets to that point sometimes. I don't know, it's just wild. It's just wild. Lex, what's up? Talk to us.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, good.
I'm
You?
good. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm hearing you guys talking about the Odyssey. I got to go see it on Thursday on premiere day.
Okay. Thoughts?
That was actually my first Christopher Nolan film
Oh,
in the
nice.
theater.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I really love that movie.
Cool, cool. That's good. That's good to hear. I know there's a lot of people that are liking it, a lot of people are not liking it. I say to each their own. If you didn't like it, you didn't. If you liked it, great, I guess. I don't know, like I don't even know anymore. Like I think as fans, I think we've like we've allowed too much of social media to dictate us and tell us, hey, this is what you need and this is what you don't need. And it's like I can decide for my own, like
Oh, not
I don't
not
mind
to
a
get off.
review.
See it. See it. I'm not going. It's the same thing what you're saying, but I'm not going to type. I'm going to go on the same topic. If you look at recently with the president's address to the nation, right? That happened last Thursday.
Hmm.
It's so funny. They didn't even know what he was talking about, or they had made assumption what he's talking about. But two networks, ABC, no, actually three, ABC, NBC, CNN, and CBS decided not to air it. Now, what president there was in our lifetime would you think they never do that? They make the assumption and then they say, so they telling you not they say that it's free press, free democracy, but they telling you we're not going to air it and we're going to tell you how to feel about it. It's the same thing that goes in with social media. It,
Hmm.
it's like it's like it's more and more into a dictatorship type of style. That's why you have these socialists coming out and going hard because this is what they want. They want you to think free and love one side. You can't be another side. So like you said, if you like the Odyssey, oh you can't like the Odyssey because we
Hmm.
already told you. Like that's not how it is. Dude, like I said, do I have my issues with the Odyssey. I'm have my concerns with it, but I'm not gonna stop nobody from watching it. I'm not gonna do that. Like I
Hmm.
said, like I said, I tell people every day with politics that they're like, oh, you a Trump. I'm like, no, I'm not a Trump supporter. I said, but listen, he's the president. Like right now, he's the president. It is what it is. Let's just do what we have to do until that's how the system works. You can't just be mad for 4 years and have a life. Go out,
Right, yeah.
as a man, get a girlfriend or make friends and stuff like that. And don't ask the question what party are you affiliated or if you like DC or Marvel. And if you don't, it's not meant for. Listen, relationship. I'm not just talking about this girl female relationship in general. No, you're not supposed to like the same things. It's
Mm-hmm.
boring.
Yep.
It's boring. So people, please stop this madness. Everybody's over 40. Everybody's over 20. Listen, that's little kids bull stuff. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, it is what it is. If people like Supergirl, so be it.
That's it. What are we gonna do? I'm just talking about how bad it's doing or whatever. This leadership, and some people just have a hard time with it, man. It's wild. It's wild. LT, what's up? Talk to us. I think your mic is mute.
Who, me or somebody else?
Yo, what's
Now whoever
happening,
wants to
fellas?
go on.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yo,
Yeah, we hear you.
you can hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
I think the signal's a little bit weak because it's kind of cutting off and stuff. You
Yeah,
might
it's
want
the
to get
internet.
closer.
Man, yeah, I'm
Yeah, it's the internet.
Yeah,
man, I
yeah.
agree 1,000 about. So, okay, I just listen. I listen for now because I'm out and I'm in a bad signal.
Okay, yeah, because it's like really, really choppy right now.
And you know what, see, this is the
Okay,
reason why
I'll chime back in later. Thanks.
All
I'll
right,
be listening though.
gotcha. All right, thanks, bro.
and for the past I would say for the past almost 17 years, this is why the summer movies, like I said, the last great summer movie was 2009. This is why the summer movies have failed, because you put in agendas in, you are making it difficult, because with the invention of the internet, like you said, all these reviews, no, everybody wants to be a Cisco Niebuhr.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. No one's Cisco Niebuhr. God rest RIP to both of them. Stop. Okay, where it started around 2010s with all the social medias, the Grace Randolphs and all of them. They just it got to the point where it's like, okay, your guys are bad. These agendas are in the movies. Hollywood's just doing nothing but IP. We're getting tired of it. Sequel after sequel after sequel. Come on, and then you're doing the remakes came in about the middle of the 2010s. You saturated the summer movies. I mean, Marvel, it was a great idea to do a shared universe, but guess what? It would have been a better. I say this, and I tell a lot of people this. Marvel was good when it wasn't Marvel Studios. When different movie studios had the IPs from Marvel, that's what is good. When they had their own universe, their own thing. When Sony had Spider-Man, 20th Century Fox had X-Men and Fantastic Four, Universal had the Incredible Hulk. That's how it
Yeah,
should have
man.
been. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
should have stayed. It should
Yeah.
never been this way, because my thing is this: Marvel Studios, after you finish with your superheroes, what other movies can you develop besides Marvel characters? You can't. You shouldn't be a studio. You should be a production and allow other movie studios to borrow your IPs to make into movies. I think that was Marvel's biggest mistake by making it into a studio. And their second biggest mistake was allowing Disney to buy them up instead of still continuing the partnership with Paramount. Because if you look at the phase one, when Paramount was doing distribution, they kind of it was his own thing, but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. And plus, it's like DC. You've got Donner, you got Burton, you got Smallville, you got Superman and Lois, you have the CW Arrowverse shows, the Snyderverse. All those things have one thing in common, and that was they treated these characters with mature sincerity and mythic tones.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And Marvel, like he's saying, like you have Edward Norton, his Hulk was dark, and his was it captured the essence of Bruce Banner. That was under Universal. And then you have the Paramount movies. Look how grand and mythic they made the Thor movies, the first one.
Yeah.
And then you have Captain America. I love the first Avenger. I saw it in the theaters when it came out. That was under Paramount. And then you see the Avengers movie. I just like, you can tell the difference in the quality with these studios and the tone and the story, the way they're going with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And again, I saw something funny the other day. I saw a post about Zack Snyder being the Blueprint, and they were doing a promotion for Supergirl. She's carrying a boat with chains.
She was carrying a what?
She was carrying like a boat with the chains like Henry Cavill's Superman.
Oh yeah. Okay, like what we saw in Man of Steel. Yeah.
Yeah. I was literally like, really, guys, really? And I'm like, all the people like I'm seeing today that were like Zack Snyder, I mean not Zack Snyder, but James Gunn, he's gonna do A-OK in his universe. It's after Supergirl. I'm seeing all these YouTubers come out saying, should we be concerned about you guys? Should we worry about you? Should we worry about your movies? Are you doing okay, Gunn? Well, Cosmic Comic Book News said about what was going on, and I give props to Matt Reeves, because what I was reading was he has been, and this actually said this is what delayed the Batman Part 2. He is literally trying to overstuff Man of Tomorrow because they said this is his last hurrah and he's trying to go out with a bang. He actually is trying to squeeze Batman into the movie, but Matt Reeves is fighting him tooth and nail because he's like saying, you are not going to have Batman because I'm doing Batman. If you get a hold of Batman, you're going to ruin my movie because we're doing the same character.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard that they said too, Gunn's trying to squeeze Alan Richardson. Guess why? Because he fits the Ben Affleck mold and the absolute Batman mold.
Yeah, they're trying to do something similar to that, but yeah, we see that.
This is
Well,
why
I wouldn't give Matt Reeves any love because again, Matt Reeves, first of all, he had the opportunity to work with Ben Affleck on Batman, and he 360 that in favor of a younger Batman, which made no sense. And then on top of that, he threw away the script that that Ben Affleck had. So I don't really feel too sorry for Matt Reeves.
No, because I really wanted to see Ben Affleck Batman after what I heard was going to be. We were going to literally get like this Batman Nightfall psychological Arkham Knight style movie. I honestly would have preferred that over the Matt Reeves movie. And plus, Ben Affleck has my respect. He literally did this role because of his kids. I love that guy for that. I respect him. That's why I respect Ben Affleck for taking on the role of Batman, because he said, I did it for my kids.
Well, we already saw younger Batman in the form of Christian Bale. That was Batman Begins. But listen, that's how fans have to remember. This is where you know they're not comic book fans or any of that nature. If you're a comic book fan, you know how Batman started when he began his operation. Let me ask you guys, how old was Batman when he started being Batman?
He was like in like his late 20s, early 30s.
No, he was 33.
Oh,
That's if you're a Batman fan, if you're a Superman fan, they didn't start their base of operation until in their mid 30s. They didn't start in their late. Remember, Bruce Wayne was training in his 20s, late teens, early 20s. He went around the world to train. He didn't become officially Batman until his mid 30s. Is that young?
Yeah.
Is mid 30s young?
I always thought about that.
No,
anyway
answer my question. Answer my question. Is mid 30s young?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Mid 30s. Okay, when you're mid 30s, is that young compared to being, when you hear the word young means like age 19 to 25. Does mid 30s sounds young? 33.
Yes.
How old are you?
Me. I'm 21.
21. Let me ask you a question. If you're 21, with all, can you establish yourself as a crime fighter at age 21? Yes or no?
No, you can't because
okay.
you training.
You have to train. Okay. So Batman Superman was in their 30s when they established, because even the creators made them that way. There's a reason why. Because you can't do everything and establish yourself in your early age, because in your early age you're still developing. So this is why both creators made their characters in their mid 30s. That's young. Back in the days, I wasn't young. That was considered old. And that's not old, but that's older than what you think of when you hear the word young. So where I'm going with this is that when you hear these directors and producers say, "Oh, we gotta get a young Batman," but Batman is not young. He was in his mid 30s. He was easily between the ages of 33 to 35. That's not young. He was in his 20s. He was going on these trainings. He didn't become a full-fledged Batman. Year one was like around 33, 34, 35. That's year one for Batman. So by the time we fully get to his adventures, he's in his 40s. So Ben was
Okay,
in his
so
40s. Ben was already, that's what I'm saying. Ben was, so when you start reading the Batmans and the comic books like in the 80s and 90s, he's kind of like in his 40s, his early 40s. They stuck him there. So it's like, so Ben was that right age at 41, 42 being cast. Because remember, he's supposed to be a veteran. He's supposed to be what they
the
call it,
Frank
a
Miller
vet.
Batman.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
no.
not 55, not 55. But he was right there. He's a seasoned hero. So you can't be a seasoned hero if you start at 33 because you start out. That's your first year. So it works. It makes sense. Michael Keaton was 38 when he got cast. Val Kilmer was
Yeah.
35, 38 when he got cast. George Clooney was in his 30s got cast. There was never a young Batman. There was never a young Batman.
Well, when
Batman
I
was
was
always in
growing
his
up,
30s.
I
when
want
I was growing up reading Batman and Superman comics, Superman kind of looked like you could tell he was like youthful, but he looked mature. And Batman, you could tell he was like this mature adult. Looks like he looked older than Superman.
Remember the Kryptonians? They said he aged slow on Earth, so that's why. So even if Superman was 70, he'll look like he's in his early 50s, maybe late 40s, because
Okay,
Kryptonians they age slow.
so
They're
even
Earthlings.
though, like for example, he's 33 years old, he's supposed to look like this youthful young man.
He's always gonna look youthful. Superman's always gonna look youthful. Bruce is always gonna look. He's gonna be hardened. He's gonna be a hardened individual. But like I said, there's no such thing as a younger Batman because, like I said, when this Batman 2 comes out, Robin Pattinson will be older than Ben Affleck
Yeah,
when started. So what we doing? What are we doing, ladies? What are we doing, gentlemen? Doesn't make no
That's
sense.
that's WB. That's WB.
Well,
Shamar, what do you think? What you gotta say, man? You've been quiet.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I mean, I wasn't going to no more. I mean, but yeah, I didn't get to Easy though. I'm a huge Power Ranger, but DC, I didn't get into the DC until I was younger, like I was 4 or 5, because when I got into the DC franchise, I used to have VCR because I'm an old school. Um, Michael Kendall, who actually played Batman back in '80s and '90s. I got the second part, and that is Batman Return from '92. That's when Buck Bridges used to have before it was gone. And the first time I got into Batman began, and as Christopher Renault, I mean, I loved him as a kid because I didn't get a chance to get into it until
I gotta
after
go, guys. It was nice having a chat with you.
Cool. Thanks, Lex. Appreciate that.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't get a chance to get to watch Batman Begins until after the movie is finished, and that's when I got a DVD from Target. I was probably 5 or 6 at the time, and I really enjoyed it. It's called Entertaining It. That's what audience wanted.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
So yeah. And New Line, let's not forget, New Line had Blade. If you guys even watch Blade.
Yeah.
yeah, I watched Blade. That's what I'm talking about. When Marvel loaned their IPs to studios, that's where it worked. When it's underneath one roof, they don't know what they do. Like, look what Francis. They can't
Yeah.
even make a Blade movie. They having a hard time making. How hard is it to do a Blade movie? It's not that hard.
Yes.
Everybody kept saying that. Oh, if once Marvel gets Fantastic Four from 20th Century Fox, watch how Marvel and now you've seen their Fantastic Four version. Now everybody's like, you know what? I think 20th Century Fox was better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild what both Marvel and DC has become. Honestly, I like that Marvel's changing things up and they're trying to like go back to what was Marvel before. And
Yeah.
I think it's not gonna happen overnight. That's what people need to realize. That's why to me it kind of like, it makes me laugh in a way how people think the Avengers are gonna flop. I'm like, they're nowhere near that, level and stuff. Everything from the Avengers has always surpassed numbers at the box office. The
Well,
merchandise sells and
CS. Here's the thing:
Yeah.
when the Avengers were doing good up until Age of Ultron, you know who was in charge? Ike Perlmutter. Look him up. And
mm,
Avery Arad. When they were the guys, remember it wasn't just Kevin Feige. When those guys were there, because Ike Perlmutter, he had a council of people to say what movie would be good, well, Marvel wise.
yeah.
Once Kevin Feige got rid of that council and Ike Perlmutter, that's when Marvel fell off. He's the last guy that is in charge. So remember, he AOK'd all this stuff.
Mm,
Kevin Feige is the issue. Well, you have to remove him because when you had Avi Arad and Ike Perlmutter there, Marvel flow. It flowed. You know what I'm saying? They knew what stories would be better for each characters, but when you have this guy, Kevin Feige there, he's still sticking with the Russos. The Russos are okay directors, but outside of Marvel, they're not really that great. Like, why am I still, yeah, they take marching orders from me, but are they really this good? And like you said, they were only good because they was picking Zack Snyder's brains, but when Zack stopped talking to them,
mm-hmm.
look how their movies were.
Yeah. That's why I didn't trust that interview with the pizza because I was like, oh, they're just trying to fish for ideas. That's how I took it.
Man.
I was like, you know, Rudolph, what's up?
What's up, man?
Talk to
I
us.
I was listening to them a while ago and everything and all, and it was to the point that I noticed that a lot of people don't know what made Batman a vigilante. And I have everything in my house right now from all the comics and everything from 1939 and all. What made Batman a vigilante back in the day was he used to tote a 9 millimeter before he met Robin, and he was going around. You know what I'm saying? What Zack Snyder was doing, he had really done his research. He was going around actually shooting people. He was a sharpshooter with a 9 millimeter. And people really didn't notice this and now. They just know him as a no kill rule. What made him do the no kill rule is when he had started training and going around the world training.
Mm-hmm.
No, what made him the no kill rule is because of the comic code. When the comic code came in, that made it be like that. Because again, if you look at it towards, and then also Robin, but also with the because there was issues with during the 50s where they saying that comic books make kids violence and all this stuff, so they put a comic code in and everything. So by that
Yeah.
time, they changed it to Batman can't kill and all that stuff. So they had to desensitize Batman. But that's not the case with those people. What those people forget, those are the same people who say that about Ben Affleck. They did that because they just don't like Zack Snyder. Because remember, these are the same people who grew up on the Tim Burton Batman. In '89, what did he do? He had the Batmobile had two guns on each side of it. Okay, he
That's right.
killed. Okay, the only time Batman didn't kill in the Burton slash Schumacher universe is in Batman
Yeah.
and Robin. He even killed in Batman Forever. Remember, he killed Two Face. Okay,
Right.
he killed the Penguin. He killed Joker. He killed Penguin's henchman. He set dude on fire. He didn't survive that. Okay, so what are we talking about? Well, these are the same people who say, "Oh, I rewatch Batman Returns all the time," but then when they see Zack Snyder's Batman, Batman don't kill, bro. Let's go with Zod. Oh, he snapped Zod's neck, but in Superman 2, Superman depowered Zod. He premeditated murdered Zod. Zod was no threat because his powers were taken away. But Superman still killed Zod in Superman 2. Look that up.
Right.
But but what you're talking about, you're going off of comic book history, was I'm glad you do that. But these shills are not comic book fans that they were. All they talking points would be mute. They'd be like, oh yeah,
Right.
that man they killed in the 30s. Oh yeah, that man killed in from 89 to 95. So what are we talking about?
Like I say, they just like I say, you right. They just hate Zack Snyder's work because, like I say, Zack Snyder just to me Zack Snyder is like the best one ever to make these movies to me, and I love all DC. I love DC. You know what I'm saying? Marvel too, but I'm a DC fan before anything. And it's crazy how all of this is going, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
this the Superman 2025. Since I'm a DC fan, I got it on Blu-ray and all. But let me tell you, it's not my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Terrific and
You
Metamorpho.
need to burn that. You need to burn that movie up. You need to burn that. That's number one. Number two. And let me tell you something too. I find funny. What I find funny. I find it funny that Supergirl can kill, no one bats an eye. You ever
That's
thought about
crazy.
that? Supergirl can
That
kill.
is crazy. I haven't even seen the Supergirl movie, and I'm not gonna see it.
Now I told you, so
Yeah,
you
I
have to
haven't
see
seen
it.
it. I don't know.
Supergirl kills. She killed the bad guy. But none of James Gunn's fans bat an eye, cry, howl at the moon, to how dare she? It's not comic book accurate, you know. But they'll say Peacekeeper is comic book accurate. Oh yeah, I forgot they did have an orgy in comic books. My bad. I'm serious. Where was that? Where was that at? Well, that was issue
Oh my God.
251 back in 1991. You could easily find it. Like that wasn't there.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jules, you wasn't even born in 91. You was born in 2015. What are you talking about?
Now, in most of the comic books I've seen them do cocaine and shit like that, drug addicts and stuff, but I've never seen no orgy and none of this.
I know, but
You can
they'll swear
clearly
up and
see that's
down.
James Gunn all over it.
They swear up and down.
Yeah.
Like they come to listen. Sooner or later, they're gonna come realize that Black Adam was a good movie.
They're starting to admit it already. People are saying that on the internet. So I'm like, damn, now you're saying it. So that says a
Oh,
lot.
see, that's my thing too. If I wish that The Rock would cooperate and Zachary Levi and them would cooperate and do the right thing, because the next movie should be Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam.
Well,
You
here's the
know,
thing. Zachary Levi did it to himself again because, first of all, let's keep it 100. Even the actor that played Billy Batson said it doesn't make sense. How is it that the Billy Batson is mature he's mature when he's Billy Batson, but when he's Shazam, when he's Captain Marvel, he acts like a grown adult immature person. That don't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like, see, Zachary didn't do his homework because I would have been like, wait a minute, hold on. If I'm on set and I'm seeing the actor that's portrayed me as Billy Batson, he's acting mature and everything. I'm talking to the director. I'm like, wow, how is it that Billy's acting mature, but when you have me as Captain Marvel, I have to be a grown, immature person? Like that don't make sense. If I have the wisdom of Solomon and everything, I shouldn't be acting like a grown man as a kid.
yeah, they really did drop the ball on the second one.
So
Even though I
when
kinda like
Dwayne saw that, you going he's thinking, he said, well, I don't want that in my film. I don't want Captain Marvel Shazam be a idiot. I want it, if we're going to fight each other, be mature. Because you know why? Because listen, one thing Dwayne did when he read those comics, he read the Shazam comics. You know how Captain Marvel was supposed to act. So when he saw Zachary Levi performs, he's like, I don't want this.
But don't forget that during that time when Shazam 2 came out, James Gunn was already in power. So he was already
Yeah.
handing notes. So,
Yeah.
like that's why I
But
look
we
at it
talk
like that.
about part 1 too. Look at part 1 before
Well,
we
part
even.
1 is a lot better
That
than the
one is
second one,
good.
honestly.
I like
Yeah,
that one.
No,
one is good.
what I'm saying, guys, is this. What I'm saying is that how is it that Billy, his human host, is mature? Is mature.
It's
Billy's supposed to
good.
be an immature kid, right? And Shazam, when he
Mhm.
becomes Captain Marvel Shazam, he gains the power of Solomon, the wisdom of
Yeah, he's
Solomon.
supposed to be
Why are
mature.
you acting like, you're not supposed to be immature
Mhm.
as a superhero? So that's what don't make sense.
Yeah, because I'm
True.
sure that probably while that time, remember when Shazam 1 came out, that was still Walter Hamada. So
Yeah.
James Gunn is in the background lurking. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's probably like passing notes and it's James Gunn. Oh, he's the dude from Marvel with Guardians of the Galaxy. So everybody believed him. So they were like, okay, I'll take your advice. You get what I'm saying? Because they're like, well, you know more, so they're thinking that James Gunn is the savior. And little did they know they had a snake among them. and James Gunn was already ruining everything, saying,
Oh
"Yo,
wait,
I'm gonna."
hold on. We gotta say this. Hold on, I gotta stop you guys. Marvel even told us that the directors they hire them so they go off of what they want to direct for the characters. So that's BS right there. So, but James Gunn got his talking points from guys marching over from Kevin Feige about Guardians. All that stuff is not really his. Because they don't, because the one thing Marvel doesn't want when they hire their directors, they don't want them to deviate off the blueprint. So we can't say Guardians of the Galaxy is all his idea.
No, I'm not
He may
saying
have
it's all
some.
his idea, but what James Gunn did, I'm gonna straight up say how it is. James Gunn was sent to destroy DC. Period.
Oh no,
The Guardians
that's
of
true.
the Suicide
That's
Squad.
true.
James Gunn was the Trojan horse, and I stand by that. I
Oh, I'm not
firmly
disagreeing
stand
with
by
you.
that.
I
You get what I'm
believe.
saying?
Yes,
Because
I got you 100%. I believe what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing that.
that's why Shazam was bad. Shazam 2 was worse because you're seeing the effects of James Gunn already coming into power. When this asshole literally took over, this motherfucker went all ham. He was like, "That's it. I got all the power." That's why we're seeing this beef with Matt Reeves. We're seeing everything that we're seeing right now with DC in the state that it's in. You
Let me
know,
ask you a
and I'm
question.
loving.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Besides, let me ask you a question,
What?
guys. Besides Guardians of the Galaxy, name one hit movie that James Gunn did before Marvel signed him. Please.
No.
I like Brightburn. I like Brightburn. It wasn't a hit, but I
That's
love Brightburn.
Brightburn. Again, name a movie that James Gunn directed that was a hit before he got to Marvel.
Yeah, he didn't direct Brightburn.
And Slither was all right.
Not. I don't need an eye. I need what was a box. A box office hit movie that he directed before
Oh
he got
no,
to Marvel.
you can't think of me.
None.
Okay. So you're championing him because he directed Guardians of the Galaxy, which he got the blueprint from Kevin Feige and said, "Go make this movie." That's none of that stuff was his idea.
No, like I said, I wouldn't. I wasn't even into Guardians of the Galaxy really like that. Like I say, I was into Marvel. You know what I'm saying? And I watched them because of Marvel. Um, did I like them? They all three of them win to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, I'm a DC guy, and I love Marvel to an extent. But like I say, the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, they were all anime. You know what I'm saying? They were pretty good, I guess. But
And the thing is, with that, it worked. You get what I'm saying? Because Marvel, the MCU, those weird characters, they had that already. You got
right.
Howard the Duck. Like
Oh,
literally Howard the Duck making cameos at the end. I was like, yo, what the hell? But that's Marvel. It works for them. You get what I'm saying? Now, when you have
yeah,
that
cool.
at DC with James Gunn, I'm like, come on. We went from Suicide Squad, right? We got away from all this serious tone and everything to the Suicide Squad. I already knew that James Gunn's intentions was I'm gonna rebrand everything my way. And when we saw the main villain of the Suicide Squad, which was literally a giant starfish, I was like, capital WTF, this is what we've become. I was like, this is going to be bad. And once I heard,
Starlord. That's from that was a villain that came from the '60s from the first issue of Justice League. Starlord was the reason Justice League was formed. But I agree with you with that.
you get
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Like
you
in the
know,
comics, it works.
yeah,
In the comics, go ham. I don't care. I had all stupid
Yeah,
characters.
yeah, yeah.
But in real life, I'm like, come on, man, a giant starfish. That's all I see. I'm like, what the hell? You get what I'm saying? I'm like, and then again, we're seeing the same stupidity on Superman. In Superman, we got a damn kaiju, a kaiju. What the hell? This became all of a sudden Godzilla with Superman. I'm like, yo, come on,
I
like
don't know.
you could have picked from anything else. You decided to bring in a kaiju. That's
And
where
let
I
me
have
tell
the
you,
problem. You get what I'm saying?
let me say this. After watching Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, I say, listen, Jesse Eisenberg is the best Lex Luthor since Gene Hackman. I'm
that's
sorry.
right.
I'm going to
That's
go
right.
there. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Because I see what Snyder was doing with Luthor, and I was like, yeah, he's hands down after Gene Hackman. No, I'm not putting Michael Rosenbaum in there. I'm sorry. That Eisenberg was the best Lex Luthor you had. Because again, this whole what Gunn did with the DCU, it's just validates saying that DC was in the right hands prior to Gunn. That's number one. Because again, he with the Idris Elba character, sports master, whatever, that was actually going to be Deadshot. He wasn't going to bring Will Smith back, but he was going to have Idris Elba play Deadshot. And people
Mhm.
got upset and they changed the character's name because originally that's what it was going to be. So we know that it was in good hands under Snyder and what's my man from the director from just Suicide Squad. My God, what's his name?
David.
David.
David Ayers. Yeah, I'm not putting Patty Jenkins in it because Patty Jenkins, we saw what she did because once she got rid of Snyder's people for Wonder Woman 84, we knew she's a complete F up. So, yeah,
Well,
those two guys. Yeah.
let me tell y'all this, man. I'm gonna tell you. Like I said, I got the Suicide Squad on Blu-ray, and I'm gonna tell you, I had to look at that thing over and over and over to start liking it a little bit because you know what I'm saying. To me, the first time I saw it, I couldn't get into it. I fell asleep on it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The Suicide Squad, when James Gunn brought it to to theaters, man, there was no way that I would, you know what I'm saying. Even though they had chopped up the David Ayer movie, Suicide Squad. Now, this is the thing I need to tell these companies: stop chopping up the original movies because, like I say, they really botched the Suicide Squad by David Ayer. Like I said, we missed a lot of stuff off of there, and there's no way they should botch them kind of movies up. And then when James Gunn come in, they just let him do whatever he wants to the Suicide Squad, even though Harley Quinn was from the DCEU.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Like, look, what we were just talking about real quick. I want to pull up this image so we can see. Especially, I want to show like the fans that were like, "Oh, Zack Snyder didn't understand Lex Luthor." Yes, he did. Because look, here's the picture, so everybody can see. That's what Zack Snyder was building. That's Lex Luthor in the comic book, and that's what we got in Batman versus Superman. People were
That's right.
impatient, and DC were impatient. Warner Brothers was impatient. Oh, we want to make Marvel money. Hold on, wait. You can't just. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just can't start running. You got to first crawl before you run. And that's the problem with DC, that they wanted to be so, and they're still trying to be like Marvel. And look at how bad they are right now. While they have somebody from Marvel, you brought in Joss Whedon, it didn't work. You did not work with Justice League. You brought in James Gunn, it's still not working. You see what I'm saying? That's where I have the problem. One, as the audience. Two, as in, yo, if this was business, I'll be like, yo, you bring in somebody from the competition. That's like literally McDonald's bringing in somebody from Burger King or Wendy's. Like, you know, they're going to try to steal your secret ingredients. You get what I'm saying? Like, how did they not see that? And I get that they're desperate, but it's like, yo, you put no stops to to James Gunn, but you put all the stops to what was working. And it's already shown by now. Let's be real. When Zack and David Ayer were there, even though we got the botched films that we got, those, you know, the studio versions, they still made more money than what James Gunn has been putting out. And that
That's
tells
right.
you, yo, that's a big deal. That says a lot.
This is Zach is more of a team guy because he wanted to do Man of Steel 2. They said we want to add Superman in. He didn't fight with Warner Brothers. He said, okay. So this is where they should have kept him. They're like, oh, he's a team guy. Because he didn't want to put Batman right away, but he said, okay, I got you. You want me to do that? Fine. Fair enough.
And see what I saw, the timeline from what I saw from Zack Snyder and David Ayer, man, it had everything on it. It had Martian Manhunter, it had the Atom, it had even Plastic Man. I'm gonna let you know, Plastic Man is my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, and it had all of those in the timeline. And to me, if they'd have let Zack Snyder cook, everything would be falling in place right now. Hell, if James Gunn would have came in and kept that storyline going like it's supposed to, everything would be fine right now.
Yep.
When you follow Marvel, and to me, DC shouldn't be following nobody because DC has the most iconic characters. There's no way they should be trying to follow anybody. Steel, you have Martian Manhunter. You have all these top-notch people and everything. I mean, characters and all. And why would you try to follow another one? I don't understand it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Right, look, I'm pulling up this picture real quick. Just y'all can keep talking while I pull up this image real fast.
To me, I think the main thing we need to concentrate on first of all, not botching the movies. Second of all, let them have their vision. And third of all, like I say, can't nobody tell me anything, man. James
Right.
Gunn came to sabotage DC.
Mhm.
That's the only thing it was. Because, like I say, once he came in, everything went down, down, down. You announced this reboot in the middle while everybody's trying to understand something. We already knew we was gonna get a reboot after Flashpoint.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand that had to be the most. They knew that was going to happen.
hmm Look, I bring this image up. Reason why, again, because we're talking about Lex Luthor and what Zach was doing that, quote unquote, he didn't understand, right? People were
Yeah.
saying, oh, he has hair. Yeah, but let it get to when he's going to be bald like he's supposed to be in the comic. It's called you're
Yeah.
building up the character. You're building up. DC, this is what you need to do, Warner Brothers. Build up. And guess what? You can clearly see it. He's getting the buzz cut. He's finally getting the bald look. Okay. That's still not good enough for you. Oh, that's not Lex Luthor. Okay. Let's see where this was heading. Because in this scene, we see that Batman confronts him. And Lex is already telling him, yo, you can't stop what's already about to come. He already knows the dark side. He knows all these things. You get what I'm saying? So it's like he made
Yeah.
Doomsday. You get what I'm saying? And even that Doomsday is not the real official Doomsday because Zack Snyder's even said it. The real Doomsday is still out there. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's because of WB. They had to censor it. Oh, it's too scary. Here goes WB again. You know, it's too
I
scary.
mean, it's supposed to be scary because that's how it works in the
Mhm.
comics.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And my main thing, that's a great scene right there. I like that scene. You know
And
what I'm
that's where
saying?
we were heading to. That's where we
Oh,
were
yeah.
heading to. There's a lot that's coming from this one scene. I'm getting chills. To anybody that doesn't know what was happening in this scene, right? Let's look
Yeah.
at it. We got Lex Luthor from Batman versus Superman. Now he's the rich boy. You wanted the rich looking Lex Luthor, you got him. This dude is on a yacht. And not only that, he's sending a contract out there to everybody. And we know that Deadshot got where's Deathstroke. I always confuse them. Deathstroke,
Yeah. But,
he's responding. He's like, yo, like, I want to get the bat. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on. I see what they're building. What is it that they were setting up? Because Lex tells Deathstroke, he's like, shouldn't we have a league of our own? What were they setting up to? Injustice League or something like that? I'm not sure. The League of whatever the bad guys are.
Legion of Doom.
There you go. Legion of Doom. So we already had what's his name with Aquaman, the dude with the helmet, I can't remember right now, Black Manta. Who else? We had Joker. So like the characters are already starting to build up and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, this is good. We're gonna be eating good. I was like, yo, I can't wait. And this was also setting up the Batman with Ben Affleck because he was supposed after this movie, we were supposed to get Ben Affleck's the Batman, and that's when everything went down with the studio. But it shows you,
Yeah.
it shows you we were on the track to goodness because everything was good after this. But then, of course, WB kept on getting in the way, and they were like, "Nah, we don't want this. How do you not want this? It's already proven. Zack Snyder's Justice League is a global phenomenon. It crashes servers on your servers, literally on your damn servers, not on a third party, on your own servers. Like, what is that telling you? People want it. You get what I'm saying? Even though people don't, not everybody's gonna like the Snyder version and whatever, it still crashed the servers. How come I haven't heard to this day? Oh, yo, Disney's Avengers is crashing the servers. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's Disney. Come on.
And believe what? After that, after Ben Affleck's Batman, I think a couple of movies before after that was going to be The Trench. The Trench was going to teach you, I think, about what was going on. It was a penitentiary underwater down there, which Aquaman was, he's the king or whatever.
Mhm.
And the thing was, they was going to show why Plastic Man was going down there to go get his son. Cause like I said, I was reading it in the comic books and like I say, everything was going to fall in place. Hawkman, I think they was going to have a Katana movie. They had different things coming out. That whole timeline was all coinciding together. I don't understand why they just wanted to just stop it. Like I say, it makes no sense to me. Even if you're a new person coming in that's over everything and all, check out the whole timeline and see what's gonna happen. But when you want to rush everything and try to do what the other competition is doing, you're gonna fail every time.
Mm-hmm. And they still can't get it right. That's
No.
the worst part.
Yeah, because they changed everything, and that's how why it fails and went flop.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got James Gunn talking about, you know what I'm saying, Dark Side and motherfucking what's his name?
Miracle and all that stuff.
No, what's the main antagonist in Man of Tomorrow?
Henry, is it Henry?
No, the villain.
Oh,
What is it? The dude with the purple. What's his name? Ultraman.
No, not Ultraman. The main villain that they trying to do. He was gonna be in Zack Snyder's, but
Oh, Brainiac.
Brainiac.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to destroy everything that Zack Snyder done was building up to me.
Yeah, he's stealing what Zach wanted to do. That's all it
Right.
is.
And I understand that if Zach, he might want to do Justice League 2 and all, but like I said, you done took everything that, you know what I'm saying, he was building up to, and now you trying to sabotage it and all. Like I say, Zach, you know, if I was Zach, if I would come back and do 2 and 3, I'd do them both together, and at the same time, I'll make sure I keep everything, because I would do them completely different from what this man is trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Beetle, and you know what I'm saying, you got all these, man, come on, man.
Like, look, let's be real. I'm glad and I'm happy, and I'll tell y'all why real fast. I'm glad that Joe, I can never pronounce his last name, but whatever, Joe as Deathstroke, yeah, that he had that talk with James Gunn, and then after they had the little, I guess they went out, they hung out, who knows, whatever. James Gunn turned him down. He doesn't want his Deathstroke, and now all of a sudden, James Gunn wants to do a Deathstroke and Bane, right? Now check this out. This is why I say it's good. Some might be like, nah, because I wanted to see him. Look, I want to see Joe as Deathstroke, but let's be real. He's part of the Snyderverse.
That's right.
And James Gunn does not want to hear any more questions. Yo, but he's from the Snyderverse. You know you're going to have the Snyder fans coming after you and asking you more, because we're not going to stop. We're going to keep on asking for it. You get what I'm saying? And I think that it's a great thing that this Joe was not casted as Deathstroke in James Gunn's DCU, and I'll tell you why. The moment that the Snyderverse returns and it continues where things left off, don't forget, Joe is in the Nightmare timeline. So you can't retcon that. Like, how do you go back? You get what I'm saying? It'll be clearly an insult more than what he's already done, meaning James Gunn. James Gunn disrespected each and every one of us, whether you're on James Gunn's DCU, on the Snyderverse, DCEU, anything and everything. How? Because James Gunn feels that, yo, I'm in power, and while I'm here, I don't care about what none of y'all want, because I'm going to do what I want. Okay, let's see how that works out. And look at where we are right now. He's retconning everything. And this is all James Gunn's doing on his own. So when shit backfires and we look back, we're going to be like, you know what, James Gunn? You did this yourself. It's just like you said, Rudolph. He could have straight up done everything and continued where things left off. He could have ended all properly. We wouldn't be in this conversation. We would have been probably all enjoying the new DCU, whatever. But James Gunn, thanks to him and his stupidity, he has no clue what he's doing. This is how stupid James Gunn is. And I say this, and I want him to be hearing this, and I want somebody to tag him on this shit, honestly. James Gunn, you're so stupid. You know why? Because you don't even know how to literally guide your own ship. Because you're asking us, the fans, the audience, the customer, the consumer, what do you think is canon? Hey, dumbass, you're the one that's in charge. You should know what's canon and what's not canon. And this is why he's cramming Blue Beetle. He's cramming in Peacemaker. He's cramming everybody. And we're just getting started. Man of Tomorrow is going to be low-key a Justice Gang movie. That movie is going to be everybody but Superman. And then when we see what the damage is fully done, we're all going to point at him, even his own supporters, and they're going to point at James Gunn. It's starting to happen already. We're seeing it with Supergirl. And then notice how people are excusing, oh, but we're only 2 movies in. 2 movies in. Let's be honest. The Suicide Squad, James Gunn, that flop. Everything that he's been under his leadership, everything has been flopping. Nothing has been making money. Nothing. And then what do you think it's going to be with Man of Tomorrow? Look at how bad Supergirl did. You think those same fans are gonna show up for Man of Tomorrow? Hell no. Hell no, they're not. And he knows it. This is why he's trying to leave his quote unquote legacy, because he knows that he's done damage. And once he's done 100%, and this whole sale happens, the Ellisons are gonna give him the boot, and he's gonna be out, and he knows it. So he's like, you know what? While I'm still in power, let me go ahead and delay Matt Reeves's Batman, whatever, because I want all the attention on me, because everything is about James Gunn, and we're starting to
his
see
ego.
everything.
His ego. And the thing is, what people don't understand is, you know what I'm saying, they tell him, oh, well, James Gunn, he only 2 movies in. Well, hell, you got to think about it. Zack Snyder was only 2 movies in. Y'all, I don't see them people defending Gunn. All he had was Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman, and then all of a sudden it came in like that and all. You know, it don't make no sense. They defended James Gunn and never did defend Zack Snyder like that. I don't understand some of this stuff, man. They don't make no sense. Like I
Yeah,
say,
man.
when you're a DC fan, you're a DC fan.
Mm-hmm.
Me myself personally, this is not being a DC fan for James Gunn. Has, like I say, he came to DC to destroy it.
Yeah. I think
all
that's
it
the
is.
whole plan. I think that was the whole plan from the beginning. And he's doing a fantastic job at that. That he's good at.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they trying to put all those movies behind Zack Snyder, like Birds of Prey and Blue Beetle and Fury of the Gods and all. They trying to put that all on the Snyderverse.
Yep.
Like I say, Snyder was gone by then, but they had, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. But it's one thing that I learned in life: they have to blame somebody, and that's all it is. They just blaming somebody because they just trying. Well, we need to go in a new direction. Well, you see where that new direction is taking us. That's crazy.
Completely a failure. It's
Yeah.
it's so
Right.
bad. Like
Yeah,
it's
everything's-
sad. It's sad. Like you just said, we're supposed to be DC fans, but even among us, we're divided, and it's wild.
Right.
Like I give credit. That's why I like about the Marvel fans and you know the MCU fans, because hell, even if they're eating the MCU, they're still all together. Yo, we're gonna go to the next one. They show up. You know,
That's right.
like that. But here at DC, because we're very picky with DC, and we like DC for what it was. DC has always been dark. Batman with Michael Keaton has always been dark. Things started going downhill when they started making it all raunchy and stupid and comedy and just silly. I was like, yo, come on, that doesn't work. We saw Batman, what it was, Batman Forever. We were like, that movie sucked. It's still good for what it is. Batman
Yeah.
and Robin, that movie sucks. It's still for whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? Hell, I'll take those two over what the hell James Gunn is doing right now. And I'm like every time you think it just can't get worse, it gets worse. And I'm like, yo, you imagine what they're gonna do with Batman? And this is what James Gunn is trying to do. Look, let me pull up this comment real quick that the real Battlestar posted. And I gotta say, you know what? That is true. James Gunn is deliberately sabotaging DC because Avengers Doomsday is coming out and he's cleaning the way for the competition. I agree with you.
That is exactly what's going on.
That's what I see is literally happening. You, my friend, are on point. That is what I see is happening. Like there's no other reason. Like DC, how blind you have to be to not comprehend and see that. Like dude is literally paving the way for Marvel to say, yo, we're gonna take them out. That's what a Trojan horse is doing. Go inside and just destroy everything. It's wild. It's wild.
And see, James Gunn know what he's doing because when he was first talking about Supergirl, what does he say? Oh, it's gonna be better than Spider-Man. You know damn well there is no way.
No. It doesn't even make sense. Spider-Man, actually, the new movie Spider-Man that we all excited for it, it's definitely gonna beat Supergirl because when I first seen, I didn't even go to theaters, by the way. I seen it on my phone, and yeah, I said to myself, I'm done. I'm not doing it. I wasn't anymore because Supergirl was messed up.
He knew he was sabotaging Supergirl when he said that. Come on, man.
Right, man.
That
Like,
has
look.
to be the most stupidest thing that man could ever put out there.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm gonna pull up an image real quick. Hold on, while y'all talk, let me just actually get this image real fast.
Go ahead.
So if all things going on, he would say some crap like that. And you know what? Whoever said that, posted that post a while ago, man, you are correct 100%. There's, you know what I'm saying? That man is there. I don't know.
It was the
He-
will
he-
start.
He's there for that. And like I say, you know what? He know where he's at. Peter Safran done put his tail between his legs, and I think James Gunn gonna do the same because that's why they're pushing all of this now. All of these characters in this movie right here. You shouldn't even call it Man of Tomorrow. You ought to just say Justice Gang.
Yeah, That's
Even
exact-
though it's a stupid name, just say Justice Gang now.
yep. That's exactly what it has to be, honestly. Like, look, I'm gonna pull up this picture real quick. LT, what's up? Talk to us.
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been just sitting back watching everything take place, and I really think that everything that's happening is deserving of the company because they put Gunn in charge, and I honestly have so many different reasons to believe that Gunn, his priority is not superheroes. From the statements he made in the past, just saying superheroes as a whole is a silly film genre that shouldn't be taken serious. To him just saying, I'm like, man, anytime there's a business and money is on the table to be made, you shouldn't have that mentality. You should take stuff serious because history is proven. When you take things, though they come from somebody's hand as a piece of art, when you take them serious like a character on the big screen, a lot of times it has a recoup that could be beneficial to everybody. And if you're not in the business of making money, what are you in the business for? You're in the business of making movies. But I feel like Gunn prioritizing feminism and this DEI inclusion more than actually making good film. And this has to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen in history. I'm offended as a fan. And I think the fact that they don't respect the DC fandom, because the DC fandom consists primarily of men, like me you've been talking about, C's. The fact that they came out and pressed for us saying that this is not for men. It's like, how stupid are you? What genre do you think you are in? The superhero film genre, and even like the gay communities, they show up to Comic Cons because they like to be seen, not because they care for the movies. There are two different things. Just like a woman, she might wear some flimsy Supergirl stuff. She's doing it for attention, man. You might as well see her on OnlyFans, bro. She don't care about Supergirl as a character. And most importantly, she's not going to show up to that cinema with money to represent how much she cares for Supergirl. And that's what Gunn and Safran them are undermining because they're calling us the minority. And I think it's hilarious. It's like David says, we are not the minority. We built the house DC walks on with our wallets, with our passion, with stuff we want to see, man. But they got this. First of all, Gunn, like you say, sees he is an MCU plant. So it don't make a difference to him whether he sinks the brand or not, because he's getting paid. With every failure that happens, he still reaps something. And he's getting a pat on the back from the MCU because that's DC's competitor. If I come from the competitor and you say, hey, man, I know you've been my competitor, but I want to get you on my team, and I start funking up the team, bro, you can't be surprised. I'm still your competitor. Just because I'm on your team today don't mean the mission ain't the same. Because like when you say he's going to go back to the MCU, I believe you're right. But I don't like that he is able to go back because he don't deserve nothing. With all that he's done, the time he's wasted, bro, I'll be 41 before I see a good Batman. Robert Pattinson is a lie. They put him in play. I'm going to tell you why. Because he represents what they're trying to push. They are trying to emasculate the image of male superheroes.
That's why I pulled up this image.
On Twitter. Go ahead, bro.
No, that's why I pulled up this image because look, this is all under the leadership of James Gunn. I want people to remember this also because besides the movies, thank you, James Gunn. you ruined the video games also. Look at what they did in Justice League. I won't say the
Oh,
word because YouTube is very strict now and anal behind the scenes with me. But the Justice League. This is what they do to Batman. They take him out. So you
Y'all
take out
think you gonna make a
Batman
good Batman movie?
in the game. So you imagine what they're gonna do in the movie?
Exactly.
And
Gunn
we're
wants
getting it.
Batman so bad. He wants him so bad because it was part of his plan all along to tank the DC brand.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't get. That's why when I be hearing all these content creators, man, I wish they'd go ahead and just give it. It's like, man, no. How you gonna do both? Be a Snyder, bro, and then say let's Gunn have a chance. No, it shouldn't be two Batman, bro. There's only one Batman, Ben Affleck.
That's it.
Right. This is our era.
If he wasn't as good as he was, y'all wouldn't even want the damn IP. They want these properties because of the popularity that these brands have. Why don't you go get a woke brand and try to inflate that and do something with that? No, you don't want to. You want our heterosexual, strong testosterone built brands, but you want to put your imprint on it. Bro, that's disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is.
That's what it is. It's
I
just
mean,
like
they
that.
messing up classics. They're messing up classics, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, it to me, this man shouldn't be nowhere around the word CEO of DC Studios. Period.
Nope.
He shouldn't be in the door. He did that to Corn Sweat, bro. Corn Sweat was handpicked because he knew it was a mockery of Henry Cavill because he looks like an inflated Henry Cavill. But not only was he not good, Corn Sweat probably has some good acting chops. Gunn coached him to intentionally be emasculated and weak and flimsical. And then they're still pushing this agenda because I just heard Millie say, well, no, not Millie, but the writer that Gunn employed, this hot female actress that decides she wants to be a writer, all of a sudden gets promoted to write 3 upcoming films with no credentials. What the hell? Explain this in business, James Gunn, please. How does that make sense on paper?
Yep.
Well, you got to think about it. If you're going to sabotage something and you know that they done wrote 3 failures of DC already, let me see if I can do it again. Let me bring her as the writer of this movie here. Come on, man. We are that, like I said, that's a gimme. These people, they know that they're trying to sabotage everything and all because, like I say, he want to have it so when he, when they say, okay, come on back, you've done your work, come on back to Marvel now. When you come to Marvel, we're going to put you on this pedestal so you could do Guardians of the Galaxy 4 and maybe a trilogy after that.
Yeah.
This is the most.
Back, like Steve said, and all them idiots that keep championing him, none of these dudes are real people, bro. They not real people. They didn't show up for Supergirl. Y'all be I be getting cursed out too, bro. They look at my comments. Whenever I say one positive thing about the Snyder Bros, or Zack Snyder or Ben Affleck, that's not gonna happen. My first thought is, what would you prefer? What's the alternative to that? You want more Pattinson? Because Pattinson didn't make Batman. Give me anybody in the debate and I'll crush him. Pattinson is not the reason people like Batman, the Batman. Matt Reeves is, and it's because of his aesthetic, his cinematic aesthetic. It looks great. But Pattinson as Batman, bro, he did not commit to the role.
Yep.
He didn't commit to that role, and he thinks the same way they do. Bro, who wouldn't want to be Batman? If you're an actor, Batman is a great choice for your portfolio. If you were to say, I played Batman, that opens all the doors. So even people that don't like or respect or care about the character would want to play Batman. Now take that and look back at Pattinson and his reasoning for wanting to be Batman, bro. He didn't get up and say, I like Batman. He just said, oh, I've always wanted to play Batman. Well, who the hell wouldn't want to play Batman, Pattinson? But do you want to go in the gym and work hard like Ben Affleck does?
Exactly.
If you look at this image real quick, again, this is the blueprint. Why do I say that? Let's be real. When Ben Affleck was supposed to get his Batman movie, it was going to be titled The Batman. Isn't that what Robert Pattinson's title is? They stole it.
Bingo.
And then isn't the marketing for the Batman in the first one all red and black? What do we see here? At the end of Batman versus Superman, Ben Affleck in the jail cell with Lex Luthor that he's about to brand him. And what do we see? The red alarm. So we see the red and black.
See, he's cooking
Anybody
with
that
hot grease.
if you don't see this, I'm like, yo, like seriously, you don't see that they're literally ripping off everything from Snyder. Like they literally are just trying to. They don't like Snyder, but they love his content, and Loki want to just take it. And I'm like,
That's
come on,
exactly what they're doing. That's the play, bro. Why do you think they trying to cast a new Batman that looks like Affleck's Batman?
man.
Well, let me show you what I think it really is. To me, I think that they know that Zack Snyder was going to go down as the GOAT of all times, and
He will.
they just didn't want they wanted somebody to come in there and say, well, look, we got somebody that can beat Zack Snyder. Yeah, and that's what I think they're trying to do. And they like, well, we got James Gunn now, he can do it. And they done put all this money behind these shields and all, and these people up here talking about it. Well, let's give James Gunn and all. We've seen what James Gunn can do, which is trash. Let's
It's deeper than that, bro. It's not about beating Zack Snyder. It is politics, bro. They do not like what he represents. They didn't look at the relationships and the red pill content. They don't like men being men no more. Anytime a man do something, it's considered toxic masculinity. They're trying to say that same stuff about our superheroes, bro. If they was born in the 90s, they would have hated the 90s because men were able to be men.
That's
Right.
If you think I'm lying, go watch Conan. The Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan. Then
they
go
can't-
watch
they can't handle
this
that.
He-Man.
They can't. You have
For
all these
real.
SJWs having a meltdown. Literally, you can't tell somebody, yo, like seriously, look, this is. I use this all the time as an example. It's ridiculous, but this is the level that we are in right now. All right. You don't believe me? You'll see it. Go to a restaurant, especially a pizza place. All right. Here, down here in Florida, people like they're very tropical and they like certain toppings and stuff like that. You could go to a spot and people are gonna be like, "Yo, I want pineapple on my pizza." To me, I'm like, I don't like pineapple on my pizza. And then when they're like, "Oh, you want extra pineapple?" I don't want pineapple on my pizza. And then they look at me like I have a problem. Like, yo, why you don't want pineapple on your pizza? Everybody wants it, not me. Stop forcing it. You get what I'm saying? And that's how stupid like society has become. Where it's like we're really gonna like bash each other because ingredients are pissing you off. Like seriously? Oh no, he's not vegan. He's a carnivore. Oh, he's bad. He's not good. Yo, come on. This is the world we live in, and it's like it's just wild, man. It really is.
Bro, what Saffron said it's not about the consumer. It's about the people that's making the movies.
Yeah.
And that's basically what that's 90% of it. That's 90% of it. Because the ones that's making the movies, they are the ones who are actually putting this idea out there to cram it down our throat. The 10% is the ones that's saying, all right, go ahead and do it because they're gonna love it regardless. If not, what can they do about it? That's the way it seemed to me.
That's the way it is, brother. They just the chick that's writing, Anna, she just said, well, they didn't get it that last time with Supergirl. They're gonna get it with the Man of Tomorrow because she is gonna be more powerful than Superman.
And
Do you know who your target audience is? Do you know who the bulk of DC fandom is? It's heterosexual males.
That's right. And notice how everybody's talking about Man of Tomorrow and all. Nobody's talking about lanterns. Nobody's talking about Clayface. You see what I'm saying? Because, like I say, those are, I'm on, like I say, I have to see all the series of everything here. I'm gonna end up getting lanterns later on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. But the thing is, I'm not even working. There's nothing that I've seen that want me to really look at lanterns. Clayface has a better chance than lanterns do.
Put it like this:
you gonna kill Hal Jordan in the first episode? Come on, man.
Bro, I'm not paying to watch it, not today or tomorrow. See, is you watching Lanterns?
Hell no.
We not watching Lanterns, bro. We're not
I'm not
giving them the
watching none of this
benefit of having our money, bro. That's how you stop that crap.
I haven't been watching nothing since last year. I only watched Superman last year because I had no other choice. I didn't even pay for the ticket.
By
But,
saying you watching that, it's saying you support the BS, bro.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
said it too. I was like, I'm
WBS.
gonna watch it. I said it last year. I was like, I'm gonna watch it, but
I mean,
And it's
that was,
fans like you that they thinking on. Well, they don't. I know I don't give a damn if they like it or not, but they're gonna watch it because this is the only content we're giving them.
no, not when it come out. No, like I say, I'm not gonna watch it now. Let's go be on down. Like I say, I probably get that shit probably like 5-6 years from now because, like I say, I'm not even thinking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that TV about 5 or 6 years from now because, like I say, I'm a DC fan first. You see what I'm saying? But it's not my top priority. No, but
But they not
Cold
DC,
Case-
bro. That's the one. That's the problem. That's not. Is that really DC? If you look at the ingredients, ask yourself. Look at the people that made it, the chefs. Are they even DC fans? You think Gunn likes DC?
if they not the chef, we used to eating
Gunn
food. They
don't
feeding me
respect
close.
Superman. He using him to mock us, bro. He's making a mockery out of Superman.
That's
A
really what it
buffoonery.
is.
You can't say you don't got an example of what a good Superman is. Gunn ain't
Right.
stupid, bro. He came from the MCU to do a job. And
Yeah, no
all
problem.
these people that keep giving him all these excuses. Oh man, it's only been 2 movies. Bro, come on, bro. You grown enough to get married, you grown enough to think. Because having a woman
Exactly.
requires a lot of mental capacity. And you got to be a responsible person to maintain your wife and your marriage. That man ain't
That's
stupid.
it.
You know what he's doing.
Yeah, no weekend.
he knows what he's doing.
Put in the
And I
peacemaker.
mean, look at this.
He prioritized his
I mean-
own family and this peacemaker. He likes these C-list characters, bro, because it gives him no accountability for doing. First of all, Gunn don't like doing research. He took
That's right.
Supergirl, and he didn't read that comic book. He took that
No.
book because of the title, and he said, "Well, what can I do different to switch things up?" This is still going against the grain of the consumer demand. Whenever you in
That
marketing
means-
anything, bro, there is a demand for something, a product. And whenever there's a demand for the product, bro, you cannot ignore the demand and expect to recoup anything, bro. That's what WB has been doing, that same formula for the past 8 years. And these dudes, I don't even think they really mad, bro. I think they know what they're doing. They know that they sinking. They hurting the company because David Zaslav is still in bed defending James Gunn. And I don't know if it's damage control, but he seems genuinely upset that fans don't want to accept, and they trying to lie and make it like we sexist people. Oh man, it's just because it's a woman. I call WBS on that, bro. Because I got 2 copies of Wonder Woman. I got Terminator 2, which is about primarily the Terminator, but Sarah Connor. And me and
Right.
C had these conversations plenty of times. It ain't no sexist. I don't like a woman. Bro, Supergirl was sexist. Millie Alcock was sexist. She catered to gay people. She said it herself. They asked her, "Is Supergirl queer?" I think she is. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not. I don't want my daughter to be. So why would I bring her to your movie?
Right.
Movie ain't for me. How you gonna get mad at me that I don't want to bring my do you want to bring if you as a queer person, would you want to bring your people to see a heterosexual movie where I show me kissing women? Am I forcing that on you though? Or am I saying let me just make a good superhero movie?
And see what was
politics out of
forced on me, and it was forced on me. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Crim, I have never really heard of Crim until now on this Supergirl shit. I mean, I've seen a couple. I read up on a couple of. I ain't got all the comic books and all, but I've never heard of Crim until now. Really,
Yeah, I didn't.
this guy is not no kind of threat to nobody. Seem like.
Yeah, threat to his gut because he eats. Yeah,
And first of all, why in the hell did they do Crypto like that? Crypto has never looked like this in my whole entire life.
because he's a representation of James Gunn's dog.
Yep.
And this had to be the most stupidest shit.
That's
Bro,
what it
it's
is.
James Gunn to the max. James Gunn said, "What do I want to do? I want everything to be about me or somebody that is an extension of me. So I want the dog to be in my likeness, my dog's likeness, and I'm gonna cost the company money to do it. So instead of getting a dog, I'll use a CG replica of my own dog,
Yep.
which costs the company money, and it doesn't serve the script any purpose."
None at all. None at all.
And then, bro, they do this. How I know it was intentional. Have y'all seen the Supergirl cups, the movie theater cups?
Yeah, disgusting.
That's the most ridiculous shit in the world.
those cuts
Now
are
you
designed
tell me a
intentionally
bunch of
like that.
smart people got in the room, or board members, and sat back and thought that this cup was a good idea.
Mark said in a year, we gonna sell billions of these right here.
Now,
Motherfucker,
any heterosexual man knows what that looks like.
they probably agree with it to keep their job in the back of their mind. And this shit ain't gonna sell.
Yeah.
Bro, I would say if you're a straight man, you're not buying it because it looks like something. I'm not gonna say what it is on here. I expect to see, but come on, bro. You did
Right.
that on purpose. You made that cup as a middle finger to the heterosexual men, which is still the bulk of your so-called DC fandom.
That's right.
Stupid marketing. Very stupid, Mr. Gunn.
That's how it is. That's how it
That's
is.
not-
All right, I got 5 more minutes and I'm gonna wrap it up.
No problem, man.
And I'm
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry, I got charged up, but I'm gonna shut up, man. I'm just a little my feelings.
So, man, you know what I'm saying? Everything on here been said is the truth. And like I
Yeah.
say, there's no way James Gunn should be there right now.
That's my main point. I don't want to wait till tomorrow to see if he still gets to stay and keep his job. He don't need a job, period, man. Give that man a job with a broom.
Like look, I'll be honest with you. I want to say something right now. Like Rudolph, I could tell like you kind of like and you wanted something different, right? Like I can see because you like, you saw Superman. You're a DC fan, okay? And reason why I'm bringing that up is as a good thing. Why? I'll tell you right now. Because again, even though you like it and you enjoy it, I like that we are not being all like controversial about it to each other. And I want to send the message to all the James Gunn fans. This is how you interact. It's
That's
okay.
right.
It's okay
Yeah.
if you like, you like James Gunn stuff. All right, cool. But look, Rudolph is cool about it. He's chill about it. I'm not sure how you feel, Shamar, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't like what James Gunn is doing, but that doesn't mean we're gonna bash on each other because we just want the best for this brand, And it's like we understand and we're like, all right, we see where the problems are at. Can they be fixed? We don't know, And it's like,
I'm not even fond of James Gunn working now, you know what I'm saying? But I don't even want to give it a chance. The thing is, like I say, I'm just a DC fan.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And the reason, like I say is because then, some people like to label me, oh, he's a Snyder cult. I'm like, yo, it has nothing to do with that. Like literally, and it's like just to show everybody, yo, like I don't mind. You can go ahead and like James Gunn stuff, still come on here, talk. We disagree, and we're cool about it. So people don't be like, oh, he's shilling, he's getting paid to say no, man. Like, yo, send me the money. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for
send me the
real.
money. I don't gotta shill, just
Yeah.
send me the money. Like shit, I'll be good. But it's just to show people, yo, you know what, man? Like, I don't know, man. I think it's just social media in general that's messed up everything for everyone and everything we enjoy. It's like the entertainment business just doesn't want us to have fun anymore.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you, CS, I watch you every day, man. Anything that come on, even if you just put a picture, I'd watch you and like everything you do because, like I say, you a realist. You see what I'm saying? Everything here is a realist, man. And it's a lot of them out there. You know what I'm saying? The realist that I look at, the 4KO, I look at Phenom. I look, you know what I'm saying? These are my top people. That people who switch back and forth, I don't fuck with them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's his name? The one who's back with another you know what I'm saying? I watch him every day and all
Harsh
because
Critics?
Harsh Critics.
Yeah.
And Mad
Shout
Nick.
out to him too.
You know what I'm saying? My thing is Snyderverse is in complete demand for me. I love the Snyderverse. That's my main thing. I'm not with this James Gunn thing like that and all. Like I say, my thing is I just love being, you know what I'm saying, interacting with greatness. And I think Zack Snyder is the one that has the greatness to me for right now.
Yeah. Somebody's asking something about I'm not sure exactly what it is. Joker's Kitchen, Snyderverse. I'm not sure. Margins World. I have no idea what that's about. It's a meme. I have no idea what that's about. Do any of y'all know what that means?
No, I know of.
I have no idea. Something about a crazy hamburger meme. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. This just came out of nowhere. Yeah,
Wow.
that's I mean, this is just a state for DC right now. I think this is just like a little bump on the road. And I mean, let's talk real fast to end what we're talking about. But
Yeah,
you all saw the interview with Frank Miller and Zack Snyder yesterday.
I was
Absolutely.
checking it out this morning on
I
Sky
didn't
Walk.
get.
Yeah. So that interview was pretty interesting. It was really really interesting. And if you really want to just like get to the point to where is it that they talk about, I think it was almost like an hour and 30 minutes or something like that in right before they wrap things up, and they asked Snyder about the Dark Knight Returns and Justice League 2, and Zach was like, "Yo, it's just a matter of when the studio lets them, you know."
Uh,
So I'm telling you, we need the sale to happen.
Yeah, we
I'll leave.
do.
Do
We
you think
need
it's
this
going to
sale.
happen by Wednesday?
No, I don't think anytime soon yet. Like they've been saying, because they're trying to delay it on purpose, and it's not the studio. It's just, of course, California, New York, all these states that are trying to sue. They're just trying to push it. They're just trying to delay it on purpose. That's all it is. It's just it goes against their agenda, and they don't like that. And it's just politics. That's what it's all become to. And but I know once the sale happens, I'm telling you right now, that's it. Like they can go ahead and sell parts of the company. Who cares? But the core, it's gonna be with the DC IPs. Harry Potter, like they're money makers, and they're gonna be like, nah, we can't let that go. But they're gonna if WB wants to sell everything else, they could. That's not a problem. They just want to get where they know that they can control the people in the sense of, well, we know that we can influence people. Look at what they're doing with Superman. Look at what they're doing with Supergirl. You get what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
if they get that, then we're screwed. If they don't, we're good. But I have a feeling in the end, Paramount's gonna come through and everything is gonna be watch. If the Department of Justice said yeah, and you want people around the world saying yeah, they want this sale to go through, I'm telling you, it's gonna go through. It's
And,
just
and
it takes
Yeah,
its time.
100%.
let me ask you this, because like I say, if Paramount does acquire everything and all, they have the power to say it was a tax write off or whatever on Batgirl. My thing is they could do whatever they want to with that because WB Discovery doesn't have it anymore. And I was reading up on it and all. It's a chance they could say, okay, we'll just pay the 90 million to get it back and boom, just release it. They could do that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So if it was a tax write off and they pay the money and everything, they could still put it out there. See, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, because the thing is that I guess like every time it gets delayed or something, like Paramount's supposed to pay WB. But let's be honest. I mean, Paramount has the money. Skydance really. Skydance is the one with the money. They're the ones that bought out Paramount. So, the money's not the problem. It's getting it. You get what I'm saying? It's like when you're
Yeah.
after something so bad, like a bidding war. That's why it's called a bidding war. Who's
Mhm.
gonna come out on top? In the end, the high roller is the one that's gonna end up getting whatever it is, and that's what the situation is. I think Hollywood knows that they've lost, and they don't have no more power, but they have to accept defeat. They literally have to accept defeat. They're
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna be crying and complaining the next 3 years. They can't. Like you accept it. We suffered all these years. Now the table has turned. Accept it. You get what I'm saying? So they're just having a hard time, and they're just coping with reality in their face, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But everybody, y'all have a good day and all, man. I'm finna get out of here.
yeah,
And enjoy y'all day and everything, man. I had a good talk with y'all, man. I appreciate letting me come in and speak with y'all and everything, man. Everybody
Yeah.
out and all, y'all have a good day. Also, I'm gonna talk to y'all, man.
all right. Appreciate that, Rudolph. You have a good one too.
You too, man.
Gotcha. Shamar.
Yeah, man. Good to see. Good to having you on there. Keep up the good work too, because even though nobody even respects it, but I respect you what. But even though I had to agree with you, with this guy, so I hype it in. But whatever you guys do another swing, weather send.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining. Also,
Yeah, no sweat, no sweat.
always cool, cool. Catch you on the next one then.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace. LT,
Yo, man. Hey, I want to apologize, man. I'm calming
you
down
good,
a little
bro?
bit. Okay.
You good? You good?
Well, pardon me, man. I was a bit charged up in it. Either way, though, man, I watch everything you do. I rock with you, bro. Keep smoking, keep cooking. Um, yeah, that's it, man. I got stuff I want to say, but I'm all over the place right now, man, mentally from a lot of stuff. But a lot of it got to do with that, and it ties into more of what's coming. And probably just wind up chopping it up with you, man. I guess off of here, but I think ultimately behind the scenes something is happening. I don't know what degree, but I do know that Guns contract ain't renewed. The same basic stuff, bro. I'm just gonna say that. Bro. Thanks for inviting me on. I'll watch it from the beginning and probably go back and watch that whole Snyder and Miller thing too, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, damn, that's pretty interesting, So it's good,
Yeah, man. Thank you for always cooking, my brother. How your comic going, man?
I'm working on it. I'm actually gonna start working on it as soon as I get off this live stream. So, yeah, I got that I'm trying to work on and get out there for y'all and stuff. So,
I heard you doing physical copies too.
yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah, this week I got to get on the phone and call some printing companies that I already talked to. Another friend of mine, he does comics and stuff too. So, he's guiding me with the right people and stuff. So, yeah, I'm really trying to bring the physical to y'all and stuff. So, that's gonna be something limited and it's gonna be exclusive. So once everything is ready, it should be soon. I'm working on all that this week. So, I should be having the exact numbers of what I'm gonna get and how many I'm gonna get and stuff like that. So, we could do like, I guess, like a crowdfunding type of thing or whatever, like what we got to do and stuff. So depending on what
Yeah.
they give me back, the feedback, then I'll let everybody know. So whoever actually wants the physical, and I'll sign it myself and stuff. So no additional charge. I'll just include it for everybody that gets it and stuff. But yeah, it's something that I really, really want to put together and bring, like 1 and 2 are already out digital, but I know a majority of y'all want the physical. So that's why I'm trying to work on that and, just trying to get some, good deals and stuff to be able to bring that ASAP, and of course working on the third one and just doing some side stuff to bring and present to y'all also on YouTube so y'all can watch and stuff like that. So it's just work, it takes process and just like I said, just bear with me and stuff because I'm a one man doing everything right now. So until things pick up, then I'll be able to bring in more people and stuff like that. So
And no
we
doubt,
have
man. I don't want you to ever feel like you're under no pressure or nothing, bro. I think what you're doing is great. In fact, I only ask about it because I want you to know that I care. And I know a lot of people that rock with you care that you're doing something productive and positive close to your passion. So whether you get it done today, tomorrow, whenever, bro, all that matters is we rocking, bro. Everybody
appreciate
rocking with
appreciate that. It means a lot when like all of y'all give me the motivation and and the support because man, it's rough, and it's only getting rougher in the sense of this industry continues to evolve on its own in the sense of they don't care about us. They really don't care about us. That's why hearing what Zack Snyder said last night, saying it's just a matter of when the studio will let him do, the Dark Knight Returns. It's just him reassuring us, hey, I'm still here. I haven't given up. It's just we're waiting. That's all it is. We're all waiting. Um, and he posted a post yesterday. I'm not sure if you saw it. He posted it today. My bad. With Frank Miller, and then when you scroll to the side, you see the picture. He put Frank Miller's art, and it just comes into live action with Ben Affleck. So again, him hinting at the Dark Knight Returns. I'm telling you, he's ready. He has not moved on.
you.
He's ready to do that. And
That is my
we have to,
favorite graphic novel of all time, bro.
yeah,
I cannot wait
we
to
have to
see
keep
it.
on fighting. We have to. We got to show the studio, yo, James Gunn. We've already gone through mergers. We've already gone through so many people, and they're all out. You're
I'm gonna
next.
say this, man, and I'm gonna get off. The funny thing I noticed, and I want to tell you, and pertaining to what I was just telling you about you, was how we rocking with you, bro. A part of marketing is marketing yourself.
Yeah.
I am investing in C's, the producer, as a person, because I
Yeah.
listen to your content and the way you represent yourself. I like that. So I'm like, okay, I like this guy. He's a stand-up guy. I ain't heard nothing square out your mouth since I've been listening to you. Been a stand-up
Mhm.
guy. Bro, I've been had days I've been down and I done heard your stuff. And I was just like, dang, this I don't know how I'll do this, but he been bringing me up, man, my spirits. And yeah, man, some stuff happened this week. It'll be kind of tough, but you know, we had a death in the family, and I was just like, God, you came on talking, and I was like, this dude, man, I love listening to this guy.
Yo, it's hope,
So,
man. Hope and faith. Trust me, man. Those the only thing. Those the only two things that nobody or anything can take away from you, man. And
and that's what I
when
want to
you're
say about
fully
you.
convinced, bro, nothing can break you. Honestly,
Keep your attitude, bro. Keep your spirit. No matter where you wind up going, bro, that is your money. Not even if you do a new comic book with new characters, people gonna buy it just because it came from you.
one day, man. Let those words be heard throughout everywhere, man. You know, because honestly, man, that's just what we need, and what I'm trying to bring, man. Just trying to bring something different, something new, something people can appreciate, you know. And it's damn, you know, like Frank Miller said in that interview yesterday, you want something where the fans or the consumer is going to be able to get your product and put it in a plastic bag, meaning they know that that's quality. You get what I'm saying? You have people that buy Pokemon cards not because, oh damn, you know, I'm gonna sell them. Yes, they got value and stuff, but the right person is gonna put them in a sleeve, in a protector, and cherish it for life, and be like, yo, I have it in my collection. You get what I'm saying? So that's, to me, that means more than anything, you know, because it's like, damn, somebody actually, they really like that, you know. Like sometimes we don't see it as content creators and stuff. Like I told you, and I said it yesterday, I'm like, I'm just like anybody else. I'm not different. I just turn the mic on and say how I say how it has to be, you know. Like, and that's the thing, you know. Like sometimes, like, people tell me, yo, your mouth gonna get you in trouble. I'm like, so be it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't walk in fear. I just can't. And when you don't walk with fear, it's called, you just have courage, and we all need that. We need courage. Why you think I tell it how it is, you know. And that's what these some of these fans don't understand. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't hold it against them. I'm like, yo, that's crazy how people think, you know. Like, my opinion, literally, look, I'll be real with you. Like, I've seen some videos and polls that people have done, and people tag me on it. I'm like, why they keep on tagging me? You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's ridiculous how they make their polls and their whatever, trying to point something that I said. And I'm like, damn, I'm a nobody. Imagine if I was a somebody. You imagine if I was a somebody? Let that
Facts.
sink in. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and I send that message. I say it loud and clear. I'm a nobody right now. And they're going out of their way, literally thinking about, yo, let me put up a poll about C as the director, and let me disrespect them and tag them. I laugh at it. I'm like, that's all I could do. And I'm like, I'm nobody. Imagine when I start getting the followers and I get and become somebody. Then you know it's on. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and right now, everybody that's listening, whether you're live, whether you watch this on repeat or whatever it is, I thank you. I thank each and every one of you, honestly, because when I started this channel, I remember I had like probably like 10 or 15 subscribers, and it was just bullshit. I didn't take it serious. And when I started talking about what I really enjoyed and the passion and stuff, like you all here, I talk about Transformers and I get shit for that. I talk about DC, I still get shit for that. Hell, I even put my own opinions on whatever, and I still get heat for it. I'm like, yo, what the hell? But it just shows you. And it's something that I always remember in an interview that I saw with Shaquille O'Neal. He said, it doesn't matter if you got one person, one follower, there's always one person that's watching and they're aware of your content. That's all and more than enough to me. And it's true. Sometimes I'll post these videos and I'm like, all right, sometimes they do good, sometimes they don't. And what can you do? You just don't control it. It's just the algorithm on here. But lately, they've been trying to silence me. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, let's go. That's how I see it.
Yeah, they have
That,
been trying because I've been noticing it too. I don't always get your stuff
yeah,
don't pop up all the time when you live, but I
yeah.
still try to chime in.
You know, they like sometimes I'll put up posts and they'll re-edit them, and I'm like, I didn't put that. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's weird stuff that goes behind the scenes, but whatever, you know. Like, if you know, you know, you know. But like I said, we're here. I'm gonna keep on fighting. I'm gonna keep on doing what I gotta do for all of us and stuff like that. I know that they're aware of us. They're hearing us. They're watching us, and that's all that matters. We have to keep on going. And like I told y'all, this year we do not compromise. And most of all, like I said, and I've been saying it, and I will continue to say it, just like Darks, I said, we will stop at nothing. And when we say we will stop at nothing, we're showing this company, yo, you didn't give us what we want. Guess what? Now we're not giving you what you want. The numbers at your box office, your sales, everything continues to go on clearance. We did that. We're doing that. I don't say I say we, because if you're part of that and you're not showing the support to them, guess what? You're part of the solution. You're telling them exactly what you want, not what they want, what you want. You're fed up with it. And everybody everywhere are waking up and they're realizing, yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is not it's just not working out. And we're seeing it. Now you imagine what the shareholders are feeling and going through. Damn, that must be some story to tell. You know,
I know they looking at James Gunn extremely disappointed in him.
big time. That's why, like I said, you know, and right now, real talk, not to brag or anything, but it's just to say that, damn, like I'm not even paying or anything for none of this. Like I just come here, talk smack, and then I'm out. You get what I'm saying? I go about on my life, and I'm like, yo, like I look at my subscribers, I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like I must be doing something right. I don't know what the hell. I'm like, what the hell am I even doing? I don't know. I'm just talking. That's all it is. So it just shows you, you know, like I'm like, if people go out of their way and they're like, yo, like, oh, let's make a video about CS, and I'm like, all right, go for it. Thank you. That's how I see it. I don't have nothing against it. But I'm like, if I'm now a nobody, imagine when I'm somebody, when I actually have a huge fan base or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So that I guess that also,
Somebody, bro.
you know,
You
it just,
definitely somebody.
you
It's just
know,
like
and it's like,
all again.
but I'm cool about it. I'm humble about it. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not like I'm not like, you know how like a lot of people change and they switch, and oh, because they got like a little subscribers they think they're better than you. I'm just like you. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm here today, I might not be here tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I never forget where I'm from. Never. Always. You get what I'm
Your
saying?
brand is built from the ground up. You ain't
That
buy me. You didn't buy nobody. It ain't nothing you did to make me want to watch your stuff. Just be authentically yourself.
that's all I could be, man. I can't be anybody but myself. Honestly, I can't. I just can't pretend. Honestly, I am who I am, and that's it. And like I said, I thank all of y'all. You know, whatever parts of the world, time zone, whatever you're going through, just know that I'm here also with you. Not physically, but I'm still here, and I'm fighting. I'm sending this message to these companies. You know, if we don't like this, we just don't. That's it. We'll see you on the next one. You know,
All right, bro.
and they know it. They know it, you know. But yeah, man, I'm about to get going. Like I said, it's been an amazing weekend talking with y'all. We were here yesterday, you know, and that's why I do these live streams like we're doing right now, you know, to interact with y'all too, to give y'all the spotlight at times, you know. You let me know what other YouTube channels are actually doing that. You won't really find that. It's rare, you know, because of course everybody's with the it's all about them. No, man. Like I'm actually opening the panel for y'all. Y'all can come on and talk, and you know, y'all talk among each other and stuff. And that's good. That's a good thing. We need that. You know, is keeping the community, you know, together and stuff like that. So in the end, like I said, we don't always have to agree, and it's okay to disagree. You know, as long as we all do it respectfully, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You know, and in the end, we just want quality. That's it. You know, so once we get that and we achieve that goal, I guess, you know, we move on to the next thing that's coming our way and stuff like that. So, but I know for a fact Zach is going to return. He's going to be back. We will be seeing the Dark Knight Returns. There is no doubt in my mind about that. After seeing that interview from yesterday with Zach, he's like, it's just a matter of when the studio pretty much lets him. That's all.
Hey, they put the spotlight on them too, so they can't say they don't know. And the consumer.
He knows, you know.
Brother.
I'm
Bro, let me
telling
say
you
this
that.
one thing. I want to say it. I'm gonna piggyback off of you.
What's up?
Frank Miller said when he made The Dark Knight, his intention was to make something that lived on shelves. Like most people make a comic book because it's like a weekly or monthly edition. He was like, I made this with the intent of it to stay on the shelves in the bookstores. So his
Yeah.
paper looked different than every other comic paper. He got it more expensive, higher quality fabric paper. His paint, they was doing regular ink. It was a specific way they used to use comic ink. He used real paint, like guac. And it was his wife who did the coloring on the Dark Knight. Imagine you drawing it and your wife coming in the next room, painting it in for you. Lynn
Man.
Varley was his wife. And that's all I wanted to say, bro. It's the passion they put into this stuff, why it stand the test of times, because the Dark Knight been around 40 years.
It's
And
crazy.
it's still the topic of discussion almost, or the definitive version of Batman.
Yeah.
But go ahead. That's all I want to say, bro. And I'm gonna jump on out. Respectfully, thank you.
Got
bro.
him. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I'll catch you on the next one for sure. But yeah, again, I'll just say a few more words before I get going and stuff. It's always amazing. It's always amazing to have each and every one of y'all right here. I'm trying to go through the comments and stuff like that real quick so I don't leave nobody behind and stuff. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and that's not just me. Oh, he's this. Nah, man, I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. Like I said, we all have good days. We all have bad days. We all go through something. We're all going through something, but two things that nobody can take away from you. And I firmly believe strong in that. And people that know me, they know what's up. Faith and hope. Always remember that, my friends. Whenever you think you're going through a storm and the worst of the worst is just a moment. When that storm passes, you know it's going to go through. You just don't know how long it's going to last. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is just for the moment. And then when it's finally over, you're going to be like, damn, you know what? Damn, that was just for the moment. That's called you had hope because you knew that it was going to last for the moment. And what helped to hold on? What gave you that endurance? The faith. Once you have those two, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. And that's what these evil James Gunn fans are all about. And people with no faith and no hope are about. They want to bring you down. They bring you down to that level because that's what they've been rotting away. But we're better than that. We are, each and every one of us. And just like Zack Snyder in the Snyder Cut, we are not alone. We are making changes. We are making history in the making. And they know it. They couldn't stop us. For years we fought and we got the Snyder Cut. That's all that matters. We had faith and we had hope. We endured and we got it. That's what matters. And just like that, we're fighting and history is repeating again. Oh, we're going to have to prove you again. We are the majority. The numbers are not lying at the box office. That's us. We are making that happen. And they know it. They're aware of it. In the end, like I'm telling y'all, we will get the Snyderverse restored. Like Zack Snyder said, it's about when. And that's the same thing with us. At the right time, at the right moment, is when we're going to get the announcement officially. This is why the industry fears this sale because they know exactly what's coming behind it. Once this sale goes through, it's officially over for all the agendas inside Hollywood. And they know it. Paramount and Skydance want to make big changes in the industry. They want to focus on the consumer. They want to focus on the fan. They want to focus on each and every one of us. You're not happy with this? Let us make it better. And that's what they're doing. They're cleaning house, taking notes, and going back and fixing things because they know that they've lost too much money. And they know that $111 billion is not cheap. It's not. They have to make that money back. And they know exactly why they brought in Zack Snyder for that UFC movie. Wait till you see when we start getting soon the updates about that. I can't wait. And when this guy Turkey was talking about, that he picked out Zack Snyder to do that movie. Oh, for sure. It's over. It'll be game over, literally, for the industry. Because they know that they've lost. And in the end, the fans, the customers, and consumers, mainly you, are the one that made that possible. With that being said, my friends, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'll be back again throughout the week, post videos, shorts, all that stuff. And again, now I'm going to get to work on my comic book. Don't forget, I'm trying to bring that physical to each and every one of you. So I'm working on all that this week and stuff like that. So until then, keep posted. Thank you once again. On the road 4,000. Let's make it happen, baby. Thank you all over the world, wherever you are. and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace out.